I'm drinking beer. I just remember I can't have that shit. Trying to kill me? Trying to have me fucked up, nigga?
Yo, not my problem. Yeah, you can't hear shit on my mic. Oh, all right, there we go.
Yeah, because your shit won, you know what I mean?
No, I had to turn the monitoring on and shit. That shit was acting stupid.
Let's get it.
Some days, yo, I'll be wanting to pack up my other fucking stand for real and just bring that bitch with me because this shit is annoying.
Well, in your case.
All right.
Rez hit me too on YouTube. He was like, hey, yo, why y'all drop the video on YouTube and ain't do no promotion?
Yeah, I ain't because I'm behind, so I need to catch up.
It's okay. I told him.
Yeah,
I was like, look, I said it's been a trying week and...
It ain't even been a trying week,
look,
bro.
This is
it's
what
just,
I said, though. I was like, it's been a trying week and the nigga had a lot on his plate, pretty much. That was it.
My pen just been moving and more than anything, so...
I just left it at that. They know.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't have got that song done how I did if I didn't sit there and do it like that. Nigga, that was a fun-ass creative process, too, I swear.
It's good.
That shit was so fucking fun. I was sitting there putting that shit together. I'm like, this shit is going to be fire. And then, something my dad used to tell niggas, like, when we first started recording and shit, he used to always tell us, like, we should do 4 bars at a time or do a few bars at a time, like punch in, punch out. So you get the same energy, no loss of breath and shit like that. I never thought about doing that shit until 10-11 was like doing that shit on this album. Like when he records.
It's a good thing, and that's especially for people that, really for smokers, yo. Niggas that really can't carry.
Yeah. Exactly that.
If you do a lot, like.
But exactly that,
like,
though.
Yeah.
So, like, it just, he does this shit, but the nigga don't write, though. That's why he does it. He does it because he don't write, but then it's easier to punch in, too, so you don't fuck up lines and everything's clear. I'm like, yo, that shit makes so much fucking sense. Nigga should have been doing this from the beginning. I did that. That's what I did with the song the other day, and, it came through so clear.
A lot of artists, especially,
I was like, yeah.
I feel like the ones that rap fast have to do that.
Yeah. Like, when I got to certain parts, see, this is what
Or
I'm
if
not
you
doing
got
today.
what I forget, there's a terminology for it.
1 second, bro.
You so loud, bro.
I can hear you walking across the floor.
You feel me? Shit.
I'm sorry.
I heard that too.
Bro. That was about to be so bad. Oh my God. I'm glad that didn't go anywhere. First and foremost, I went like this. Bust my lip like it was on my lip still.
Yeah, you almost fucked up, my guy.
You almost fucking me up, nigga.
Yeah.
God. Shite.
Yeah, that's out there. That's out there.
Man, shut that shit up. Try and record. The fuck?
Hey, yo.
The nerve of these niggas.
I mean,
Cool. Appreciate you, my guy.
I know how that shit goes, so.
Appreciate it.
Gotta put
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this sponsor, bro. If they sponsor us,
Appreciate it.
it'd be real nice.
Got post though, bro. You got post
Yeah, that's
on
the only
Instagram,
thing.
tag them.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Fuck it. Spark it up. Welcome to Puff Puff Cast. This is your cancerous, toxic host, Loco Loso. I said it all fucked up, but what's up with you, my guy?
What it is, my brother. It's your boy J Rebel. Blessings, kings and queens. You know, we back for another one. I feel like this week was a long week. I don't know. I feel like it was a long week. Cause we parted last Tuesday, right?
Yeah. No,
Or last Monday? I feel like we did last Tuesday as well.
No, I think it was Monday because I think
Monday
it
or
was a game
Tuesday?
that was on. It was either
Something was on.
It was Monday. It
Yeah.
had to be Monday,
Anyway.
bro. It had to be Monday.
Yeah,
It had to be
but
Monday.
last week, it's been about a week and a day since we last potted, but definitely feels like longer for some reason. But definitely happy to be back for another episode. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely been a crazy week with everything going on with elections and coronavirus updates. You know what I mean? And just riots and looting and more killings and shit going on. So, you know, it's been a trying week for a lot of people, and hopefully we're going into brighter times. But with tonight being election night, I mean, it's ready to get real dicey out there. It's ready to get real dicey.
I mean, I ain't worried. You gotta think. I think about it like this: like anybody that doesn't know, like we're in Baltimore, like we're in Baltimore. Ain't nothing happening out here.
I mean,
Ain't nothing really going on.
not right now.
No, nothing. I don't see these Trump supporters going crazy out in Baltimore. I don't see that
don't
happening.
think so.
Nah.
They know what's gonna
Nah.
happen. Yeah, they know what's. I mean,
I can
not
tell
to
you what
say
will
that-
happen,
not
and
to
I don't.
say
Even, I'm
that.
not out there like that. Like people aren't going for that. Just look at your average Baltimore person, dog. Look at the average Baltimore person, just
Yeah.
how like their attitude, demeanor is, and shit. Like people aren't going for that racist bullshit. None of that shit.
They
Like,
ain't got to go for it. They just have to have enough people to want to do the other shit. You know what I mean? But we'll get into a little bit.
I mean,
You
when
know,
the city's so black, though, I mean, I don't know how.
We'll get into a little bit more of that
Can't like I got a plan if
when we
some
talk
shit
about
do
the
pop
new
off, though.
strains. You know what I'm saying? Hey, of course you got. I feel like you just have to have a plan. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I asked you how you was feeling. I don't know if I asked you how you was feeling. Yeah, my bad. I don't know if
No,
I
you.
did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, I wasn't
Yeah, you
sure.
good. Yeah.
I ain't high yet, so that's.
But we can get to that when we talk about the strains. I got a high thought though, and it's more like a.
There we go. Shit.
You know, it's just like have you ever thought of this? The fact that tobacco companies basically kill their best customers.
I said that before.
Did you did that one? You sure? You positive?
I know I did
1000%?
that one, yo. That was one of my thoughts.
1000%?
I'm positive.
Are we sure about that? Yep. What was my response? Because reading it, I felt like I
Because
didn't
it
even.
was one of them weeks when I had like all them high thoughts. Remember that shit?
But reading it, I feel like I didn't see it ever before. You sure? Sure about that? All right.
I'm
Clap,
positive.
clap and go back. We'll be all right.
No, it's okay.
Clap, clap.
Niggas be high, y'all know.
Clap, 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 clap. Another high thought.
One more.
Another high thought.
Pour me some yak to make it smart.
So when the sun sets, right, is it just one sunset that just continuously happens all around the world?
No.
Is it just one sunset
it's
happening for
different
like
time zones.
180 days?
It's different time zones. So,
I know
Dude,
it's different time zones,
all right,
but
right.
there's
Dude,
still one sun.
no. Do the science, right?
It's still one
All
sun.
right, that's fine. Do the science, right?
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm saying.
It's still one sun.
That's fine. Do the science, right?
Do it.
Do the science, right?
Do it.
No, do to science. So, let me enunciate so you can hear this.
Oh. Due to science.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do to science.
Do
like-
the science is what I heard.
No, I didn't say do the science. Due to science, nigga. Like the Earth spins and rotates around the sun. Therefore, at different time zones, or different times, the sun's setting in different places. So I mean, it's the same sun. It's not setting different times. It's not even setting.
I
really.
never said different suns. I
It's
said
not
it's
even
the
setting.
same sun
It's-
setting around the
it's-
world
it's-
at those different
it's-
times, basically.
Yeah, it's a one sun. Why wouldn't it be the same sun?
But that's what I said. That is there just one sunset happening just basically around the world.
Pour my drink before I get mad.
It's just one sunset.
Yo. I gave you my answer, bro. I ain't going back on it. Okay. I'm gonna pour my drink. Okay?
I'm just
I'm just saying, my nigga.
I'm just saying.
Nope. It's one sunset. Like the sun, technically, it's not even a fucking sunset. It's the Earth rotating and moving around the motherfucker.
Yo,
Like,
there's one sunset, and it's been going around the Earth for billions of years.
all right, that's fine. All right, you got another high thought?
All right, you don't believe me? Think about it.
All right, you got
That's
another
the
high
point
thought?
of the high thought, folks. Think about that shit. It's been one sunset just going around the Earth for billions of years. Just one. Just think about it.
You done?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anyway,
Just one.
all right, well, I'm
Just
gonna
one.
give him my high thought because I ain't like that shit.
Just one.
So isn't it weird that we have like a little voice in our heads? You ever realize like you got a little voice to like read shit out loud? Like the one that you probably would use like if you're just reading a piece of paper and you just start like reading shit out loud in your head. And you ever thought like crazy people just talk to themselves but realize that you're actually having a conversation with yourself?
No. It's not the voice in your head, it's your voice.
Exactly, but the voice is a voice.
It's not really a voice in your head.
So-
It's really just you having a thought that's not spoken out loud.
So if quote unquote crazy people though have voices in their head and the voice that is in your head is your own voice.
But you don't know that because you're not crazy, so you don't know what voices they're hearing.
I'm just saying
Or,
hypothetically.
I'm sorry, crazy is, I don't know
Hypothetically.
that word, but people that have, that struggle with reality and shit, that basically,
Yeah, there we go.
whatever the case may
There
be.
we go.
But no, because I feel like with those people, you really have people that have like an actual voice that is not theirs, just thinking. It's not just their voice having thoughts, but an actual dark, demonic, maybe aura or voice actually telling them to do something. Even just like people that say, "Oh, I heard God talking to me." You know what I mean? Like they heard the voice of God or they spoke to God. Like God told me to do this, kind of, sort of like.
Even just
It's
when,
like the voice.
even just when people talk to themselves, like that's a voice. I mean, they're hearing a voice. Who's to tell if that voice distinguishes from their actual voice and another voice? Could be all in the same, yo.
It's just you having a thought, not out loud.
You sure?
It's not really a voice,
Is it a thought when you're reading a piece of paper?
but you're reading out what you're seeing. You're reading out what you're
right,
seeing.
Right, but you hear the voice in your head.
You're
right?
reading out what you're seeing,
But
not the
you-
voice in your head. The voice in your head isn't reading it out.
But
It's
come on,
you
come on,
reading
come on,
it,
come on,
but you're not
So what you're telling me
verbalizing it.
is-
When you read something and don't verbalize it, you're reading it in your head. It's
right.
not a voice reading it for
Okay,
you.
but you hear the voice because it's like yourself saying it. It's like yourself saying it.
You sure you're not high yet?
I'm not high yet. It's yourself saying it. Like you're like, yo, you've never sat here and like read something on a screen like to yourself in your head. But that's your voice saying it in your head.
It's just me reading what I'm seeing without speaking out loud.
All I'm saying is technically everybody got a little voice in their head.
I
Whether
guess.
whether it's their voice or somebody else's.
I guess, yes.
Whether it's their voice or somebody else's. It's always a voice.
You're right.
Thank you. That's
You're
all I
right,
was
you're
saying.
right.
That's all I was getting at.
You're right.
You were trying to talk around it and give me a whole bunch of other bullshit.
No, not at all.
All right, new strain. The fuck is this nigga talking about, man? This nigga here, man. What you got for new strain?
Oh, man. All right, so, I said I was talking earlier about coronavirus updates and shit. A White House advisor to Trump basically, started coming out in headlines Monday about a new deadly phase in coronavirus, basically, that we're going to be, entering, pleading with top administrating officials for a, quote, much more aggressive action. Even as Trump continued to assure a bunch of rally goers and protesters and whoever, shows up to his little speeches and shit like that, the nation is basically rounding the turn on the pandemic, where we're basically entering a most concerning and most deadly phase of the pandemic. She's saying, leading increasingly mortality. Like, she said that November 2nd. Dr. Deborah Birx, And like I said, she's a coordinator of the White House Coronavirus Task Force. She said, "This is not about lockdowns. It hasn't been about lockdowns since March or April. It's about an aggressive, balanced approach that is not being implemented."
Who said that?
Dr. Deborah Birx.
Is she a piece of the Trump administration? Or
She's a part of Trump administration, but she's one of those people that has been telling Trump the right shit where he's basically going against everything that she's done. She's the one telling him the rallies aren't a good idea. The open shits with the mask and the no social distancing and shit like that is not a good idea. And Trump basically is going behind her back and all the other people's back and doing the opposite of that.
So more and more, it's like Trump just doesn't listen to the
anybody.
motherfuckers that actually study the shit.
No.
And try to help motherfuckers out.
And like
In so many words.
A few weeks ago, we were talking about just, about 50,000 cases a day for like 3 days straight, whatever the case may be. Right now, she's talking about 100,000 cases a day. That's the shit she's talking about.
Now, in Maryland, it's not like that. Maryland, shout out to Maryland. Like, y'all been doing a good job.
I think she means total, like in America.
Yeah, of course.
That's still a lot to
Of
have
course, of
100,000 cases a day in
is
America
crazy.
for even a week to have that.
That is crazy.
That's an insane number of cases.
I do remember, I think you might have, I don't know if you mentioned it on the side or if we would did the last pod, but you mentioned how Maryland was kind of down on numbers. So as of recent, over the weekend, it was 771 cases, which is a good low.
A lot.
A great fucking low compared to what we were at.
That is so much fewer than what,
Yeah.
the previous numbers were recorded because we were up in the thousands, tens of thousands.
That's because people don't know how to...
On a day-to-day,
stay
literally
home,
day-to-day basis where it was like Friday, 50,000, Saturday, 53,000, Sunday, 54,000 more cases.
People weren't following protocol and stuff like that. We're supposed to. That's why, even with the fact that we don't have that many cases, there was a report also that Hogan came out and was like that we're going back into state of emergency, basically, because, even with the cases rising slowly, it's not a big increase and shit like that, but it's just the fact of let's try to corral it now before it gets out of hand like it was.
Yeah, and back to Trump where it's you're just an idiot? You just do not care? Or do you think you're just so above everything and everybody that you can literally do whatever you want?
I think that's what it is. I think that's exactly what it is, actually.
Because I feel like it's an abuse of power. It's definitely an abuse of power. I feel like he's the most selfish president. I feel like his agenda is not the American people. It's something much more darker and something very different.
Bruh. It's self-driven. That's what it is.
But it's bro, you got all these doctors and all these advisors, these medical advisors and professionals that have studied these things for 15 years and 20 years and 30 years and collectively probably have close to 100 years of experience if we talk about all the, whatever. And you choose not to listen to any of these people because, you're president? You can do whatever you want?
Bro, you heard the song I sent you the other day.
Or which one? You just don't believe in the science?
Bro, you heard the song I sent you the other day. It's dream selling season. Come here, let me tell you fables. That's all he's doing is selling shit to people, trying to tell them shit. That's why I came up with the shit, off of the election shit. I was thinking, it's dream selling season. We selling dreams out here. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Insane.
It's and as for Trump, let me make it sound good for the people that actually support me. Let me make it sound as good as I can because that's what I want it to be. No, that's not what it's about though. Because at the same time, like I said, it's self-driven. It's all self-driven. In the end, Trump is just setting up for the fact of him getting out of office at this point. Even with the push for the vaccine, he's setting up for the push to get out. He's invested in that shit. When we talked about it a couple weeks ago about how he has money in the companies and shit. Come on, yo. That's automatically
for me, you're the leader of the free world or whatever, the free country, whatever, America. You have to do better. You just simply got to do better, man. Like I said, just be aware. Continue to you know, immunize yourself by whatever means of, you know, vitamins and such, and whatever you need to do to stay safe and remain COVID free. Because, like I just said, you know what I mean? We're in it for the long haul at this point, guys. There's no telling what the agenda is, honestly. I've heard a few doctors say that we could be in this shit for like 10 years. I think maybe, hold on. Bill Gates might have mentioned something like that where he's like, yo, this, you know, for another like 5-10 years, we're probably going to be dealing with COVID-esque
Or something along the lines
or
of
something related to
wouldn't be
this
surprised.
current pandemic that we're dealing with, or some type of evolution of viruses, something where we're basically going to be dealing with for a long time. Like, there's no normal for a while. I need people to understand that there will be no normal for a very long time.
like this mask shit is going to last for at least another year, at least, if not longer. I don't see us taking these masks off anytime soon.
No.
I can't even lie to you. I don't want to take this mask off.
Nah, I don't feel safe.
don't.
Because at this point, it's like, when is it safe?
I don't trust
And I can
motherfuckers, yo.
think, and I'm trying to think back to like the shit that we went through, like swine flu and whatever else and all that shit. You know what I mean? For me, I can't remember when it was like, okay, guys, it's safe to just do whatever now.
It was never. It was never. It was. I mean, but they were cures and shit.
Maybe.
But this is the difference too. Nothing has ever hit us this strongly either. So besides back in the day with like Black Plague
But
and
also,
shit like
like,
that. But
I feel like with that shit, I was younger, so I probably wasn't paying attention
the
either.
Black Plague, we weren't even.
No, not
that-
the
that
Black
was-
Plague, but I'm saying like the shit we went through.
Like
the swine flu,
H1N1. H1N1 was bad, but it was
like West
nowhere
Nile and
near.
whatever the other.
Nowhere
What was that big?
near.
What was the?
West Nile was one.
What was the other one?
It was Ebola.
No, the one that was like in Toronto and shit. What was that called?
That's
You remember
beyond
from
me.
Asia? It was like a whole. It was a big. It was kind of here, but it was like mainly in Toronto and people. Why can't I remember?
Speaking
the
of
name
Asia,
it?
you ever seen them big ass fucking bees, bro?
Why can't I remember this shit, yo?
You ever seen them big ass bees that's coming from Asia? Them bees about this big, bro. No. You gotta look at my hand, bro. Come on. Come on, yo. Why the bees is big? Fucking killer. They're like, they attack hornets and shit. Like, I don't want no
That's
bees that
insane.
attack hornets. Not over here. If they sting me, I might die.
SARS. The SARS.
We said SARS, bro.
No, we didn't.
You
What's
said SARS.
What did I say?
You said SARS.
I didn't say SARS.
Yes,
I didn't.
you did say SARS.
All right, we're gonna go back on the tape and listen.
It was definitely H1N1, SARS, and I said Ebola. After
I
you
don't think I said SARS, but
You did,
that's
but
the one
okay.
I'm talking about, where it was like when that was basically, I guess, over with. Like being a kid, I don't remember when it was like, okay, guys, you're good to go. We don't need masks anymore, and the problem is fixed, basically.
I mean, that's just what it is. I
So
mean,
situation with this COVID shit, I mean, you know, ain't no
COVID's just
telling.
more deadly.
Just remain safe, man. Like I said, you know.
I
about
mean, it's the fact that COVID's so much more deadly, and the fact that Trump just didn't handle it how it needed to be. The fact that he thought it was a hoax from the beginning.
You know.
But we're not even going to dote on that. But while we were talking about Trump's rallies, right? So Trump had a rally, and he was going at people. He said he was talking about how Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's what he said. That's what he said. Beyonce or whatever. That's what he called her. And then he was talking about how Bon Jovi like is supporting Biden because they are supporting Biden. Talking about how Bon Jovi like kisses his ass and shit like that.
Listen, basically, Trump is just trying to
on,
make
man.
people look bad because they don't fuck with him.
Exactly.
It's like, come on, bro. And
Even he had Lil Pump come up on stage with him. Lil Pump is supporting him. He called him. You know what he called him?
Anyway.
You know what he called him? Lil Pimp. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna bring Lil Pimp out," and then he just starts talking. This man's name is Lil Pump.
At that point, I would have never came on stage like, you fuck my name up.
His name is Lil Pump.
You fuck my name up. I'm not coming on stage. Even if I did fuck with you, I'm not coming on stage. You fuck my name up, bro.
If your name is Lil Pump, I don't even want you to support me.
But even still, you fuck my name up.
Yo, that's a bad name.
You basically don't You don't really know me. You just needed somebody. You just needed somebody with a little name.
Well, a Lil Pump came out talking about some MAGA 2021 or whatever the fuck he said.
Fuck that shit, man. Look,
Bullshit, man.
today's voting day. It is election day, December 3rd, November 3rd, excuse me. I hope you guys got to vote. Go out and vote, whatever the case may be. You know, they're still trying to stop the voting. They're still trying to stop ballots from being counted. Recently, a federal judge Monday rejected a request by conservative activists and 3 Republican candidates to toss out nearly 127,000 votes cast at a drive-through polling site in Texas' most populous county, which is largely Democratic. So the ruling by the U.S. District Judge Andrew Hanen, Hanen, a George W. Bush appointee, follows 2 earlier decisions by the all-Republican Texas Supreme Court rejecting similar efforts by Republicans challenging the validity of drive-through voting in Harris County in Texas. His ruling appears to clear the way for counting the early voting of drive-through ballots on Election Day. Stop trying to stop the votes.
They're not going to stop. That's even like
Stop trying to stop the votes from being counted.
That's even like while we on Texas, bro. That's even like, did you see the shit with
The fuck?
with
Oh,
the Biden
getting to
tour
that.
bus?
We ain't getting to that.
The Biden tour
We
bus and
getting
shit,
to that.
right? So why we right here? The
We get
Biden
into
tour
that.
bus,
But
man.
before we let's talk about this voting shit. Because
Okay, go-
you guys
go.
we get
it's
it.
not going to stop.
It's not going to happen.
gonna
People
stop.
are voting. People have been listening. This is not 2016. More than 2/3 of the total 2016 election voters have already voted. I'm sorry, it's whatever you fucking Republicans and shit over there are trying to do. This is not the first time we're hearing of you guys trying to stop different types of votings and ballots being casted in different areas. Stop trying to stop the votes. It's going to happen. People have been listening. Trump is currently losing. I mean, just stop trying to stop the votes from being counted. Your efforts are, fuck. Just cut it out. You know what I mean? Just stop. This shit is ridiculously disappointing. I feel like every week it's like a new, this person was in court trying to stop this type of voting or ballots from being casted.
That's what they're going to try to do.
Like, cut it out.
Why do you think he tried to appoint the Supreme Court like he did?
Cut it out.
Like, that's what he tried to do. And just imagine, like, God forbid, right? If Trump were to win this election, right? If he wins this election, it could turn into a 9-0 Supreme Court accounting. Like, come on now. Like, 9-0. If the Republicans were to own the Supreme Court, like, what happens to that? Like,
Not good. It's not good. It doesn't look good.
and for Biden, like, I feel like if he does get elected, what he needs to do is extend the Supreme Court.
People been listening.
Add 5 more.
People are voting. I feel like, especially the ones that didn't vote in the 2016 election, probably feel bad, probably understand they made a mistake. I feel like people that have voted, depending on who you voted for, probably felt like you probably made a mistake. If you did vote for Trump, but it wasn't necessarily like Trump supporter under his ass type shit, but you voted for him because you felt like he would have been the guy, and you seen what he did, and now you maybe don't fuck with that. You know?
But wait, I feel like a lot of people did not vote for Hillary and voted for Trump or one of those options. You know,
Right.
I feel like they did that because the fact that a lot of people don't believe in a woman running the country, and it's very unfortunate.
Bro, only 60 million people voted in the 2016 election? Something like that. Like, it was just such a crazy low number. Of all the fucking Americans in America that are eligible to vote, not even half of them voted, basically.
But all the racist motherfuckers that,
You know?
or
So,
even the people that just support Trump.
honestly,
like,
with
it's not all about
2020 being
racist.
what it is, this is like a positive. It's kind of a win. People are paying attention. Voting voting is important. The election isn't, politics is important. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, on to, like you said, we're staying in Texas.
Yeah, so in Texas, there was
Friday? This is
Yeah.
Friday night.
There was an attack basically on Biden campaign tour bus. Like there were at least 60 to 100 cars on the highway
So
chasing them down.
Before you continue with basically the story of the campaign bus being harassed by Trump supporters, not only did that happen in Texas with Trump supporters, but Trump supporters were also in New York and New Jersey on Sunday, stopping traffic and shit like that in major highways. So, like, what are we doing?
You know,
What are we doing?
While you even mentioned voter suppression, there was my cousin mentioned this to me earlier. My cousin Michelle, she's been a journalist for years. We're gonna have her on the pod at some point actually too, but she's mentioned the fact of in North Carolina there was a pastor that tried to get people to come out and vote. So he basically had a peaceful rally of people like going to the voting polls, and cops met them with tear gas. As a speaker was speaking because they wanted them to move, and instead of getting on a bullhorn and asking them to move, like
They just threw tear gas.
yeah, just tear gas
So we're resulting to
now.
just
on
harming
regular
people.
So you shoot tear gas and drop tear gas on regular people. Like, what does that do? What are you showing? That you just don't care. That's even like Lindsey Graham. Like that's who's the elected mayor or governor of fucking what's his name of North Carolina. Like Lindsey Graham he's terrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like his rhetoric's all the way around. Earlier he made the remark. It was either yesterday. Actually, it was yesterday. He was on some show, made the remark about the new appointed Supreme Court justice. I forgot the lady's name.
Sarah
Coney Barrett. Yep, Sarah Coney Barrett. He made a comment about her, basically saying that about women in general, saying that women can go anywhere as long as they're pro-life. Like basically, they can go far as long as they're like pro-life. Like what? And even before, he made comments about like he said any minority can go anywhere as long as they're conservative. Like as long as they're Republican, basically. Like come on, man, we ain't doing that. Like you can't control what people do. Like I can't go anywhere I want because I don't have the same beliefs as you. But we live in America where it's supposed to be free, and we're supposed to.
because we still segregated and it's still racism and it's still what it is, bro.
Why you said segregation? It's
Still it is what
ironic.
it is.
It's ironic you said segregation, bro, because segregation is something that he even spoke on. He said that was the good old times.
I bet.
He said that was the good old times.
I bet. His people and people like him think that those were the best days of America. That's what Trump says when he means make America great again.
Yep, that's exactly what he means.
That's literally what he means is
And that's the rhetoric
to
that we
continue
got to
to
get rid of.
enslave black people and have segregated shit and laws and rules and shit where it's like we're not equal.
Yo, that's even like there is a Hispanic holiday that just passed, and there was a Hispanic holiday that just passed that Trump was he basically decided to have a rally on or make that a different holiday or some sort of something like that. Let me find out exactly.
Man, look.
Come back to it.
Half of the holidays we have shouldn't even be fucking holidays anyway. Whatever.
No bullshit. No.
Today should be a
bullshit.
holiday.
It is technically. The government's off.
That ain't it. Everyone should be off.
I mean,
the day motherfuckers supposed to go vote at polls, everyone should be off. It should be a holiday.
I think schools are closed too.
It should be a holiday. No one should have to work on voting day. Why? Why not be a holiday?
Hey, everything don't run if everything's closed, bro.
You know?
It don't run right if everything's closed. So
But we can close everything else on what? July 4th and shit like that and whatever the case
just
may be.
about. Hey, yo, it's just a little gnat.
Yeah, I
that's
see.
around here. This bitch is annoying the fuck out of me.
But I'm just saying, like, fuck that. But I mean, yo, back to, like I'm saying, Texas. So basically what happened is, like Lo said, there was a Biden campaign bus. Neither Biden or Kamala was on the bus to keep, neither of them were on the bus. It was just a support bus, campaign bus. And like he said, there was a bunch of cars on the highway, supporting Trump flags and swinging Trump flags all on their pickups and Fords and shit like that, and literally surrounding the bus, coming in within inches of the bus and seemingly trying to stop or run the bus off the road.
Right.
And it's just like, why are you Trump supporters doing all this crazy shit? You know what I mean? So on Sunday, the FBI actually is now investigating, where Biden himself has described the effort to run his team off the road. Trump has responded to this saying, in my opinion, these patriots did nothing wrong. Instead, the FBI and justice should be investigating the terrorists, anarchists, and agitators of Antifa who run around burning down our Democrat-run cities and hurting our people.
Well, first of all, they're not Democrat-run cities.
So, I mean, obviously,
Come on now. The Republicans own the fucking Senate and shit like that.
also, like, the campaign bus was obviously feared for their life or whatever the case may be, to the point where they called police. You know what I mean? They called 911 to try to get help to be escorted, like, off the highway.
What'd they do?
What do you mean?
911. What'd they do?
No,
Police.
they came.
Oh,
They came and helped. Like, at a certain point, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the reports say that, police came and actually escorted them, like, to wherever their destination was going.
Because they ain't good for too much of shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the police, I don't know. They are,
I mean, so in short, with everything, I just feel like you just got to protect yourself out here in every shape, form. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a black person in America. You really just got to protect yourself out here, physically, mentally, and emotionally, politically. And there's any way you can kind of think of, because I feel like we're being targeted in many different ways. So, I mean, just with everything, man, it's just insane. I don't know if you got anything else for News Strains, but
well, actually, bro, I don't have anything else for news, but let's shout out to not our sponsors, but some sponsors that we would like to have. Shout out to this good Maker's Mark right here. This fuels and energizes me in many different ways at different times, So shout out to them. Shout out to the plug for this good weed that we smoke every pod. And shout out to Yagada. We always wear that.
you gotta do
that is actually
what you gotta do.
That is actually the official sponsor of the Reason to Society podcast. At some point, we might get that sponsoring as well. You know how we do. So we keep it all in the friend group. So, but let's slide into League Smoke. What you got, my guy? Or you want to start? You want to start NFL?
We start NBA since it's not.
NBA. There's a lot in the NBA.
Not that much.
Shit.
I mean, not that much. If you ain't got it, we ain't looking for it.
Shit.
If you ain't got it, we ain't looking for it.
Let's start with LeBron though.
Bron.
All right, so LeBron has been doing a lot. He sat down with Obama for a meeting on the shop. And in that meeting, he mentioned the fact of him actually sitting down with Obama and, like, when the lockout was getting, well, not the lockout, but when the players were getting ready to sit out and decide not to play, he actually sat down with Chris Paul and many other members of the NBA Player Association and got them all together and spoke to Obama. And Obama told him, well, you got a big platform, use it. So shout out to Obama and LeBron, of course. LeBron is always doing big things. Definitely doing big things.
He's such a big athletic force that's not just in sports. You know what I mean? Like, he has a voice in politics. He has a voice in the police brutality shit that's going. Like,
bruh.
He's aware of what's going on, and he, like you said, is using his platform to make people aware. You know what I mean? And to get people to recognize the injustices and the shit that is going on right now in America and just in the world in general. And I feel like LeBron has always been a very big advocate of that. He's a businessman at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Very smart individual. Shout out to LeBron.
Like you were saying about LeBron too. Like, I'm not a LeBron fan. Like, I mean, I know he's a great player. I respect his game. All that good shit. But One thing I respect about LeBron the most is his activism. Compared to a lot of other superstars,
That
and a lot of
can.
people compare him to Michael Jordan and how Michael Jordan didn't want to be included in politics. And I mean, as a man and as a person and as just a human being, you have a choice to make, and you don't have to make the choice. But I appreciate the fact that LeBron made the choice to really be active in the community and look at what's going
Facts.
on out here. So shout out to him, of course.
Because he's not the only athlete high profile as he is that
Exactly.
can say or has a voice that people actually listen to with a huge following.
Right.
You know, there's so many other celebrities, athletes, artists, singers, actors, actresses, you know, just all across the board that have these voices and these platforms to use their voices, but maybe don't to the full extent, or, you know, they just choose not to. Like you said, it's a choice, obviously.
But really, shout out to the NBA in general and LeBron for definitely using their voices in any way they could. But before we move on from LeBron, there was something else that LeBron did that's very active in the community, and was something really great for a lot of Floridians. He decided to take $27 million and take that and use that for felons that had, like, you know how felons get out of jail, but then at the same time they'll have different fees and stuff they still have to pay, and they still owe money and stuff like that. LeBron took $27 million and paid off many of felons' charges and fees that they had to the courts and different things that they needed to pay off to allow them to vote today. So shout out to him for doing that as well.
Yeah, because I know it was a topic where that was going around basically where the question was, should, you know, convicted felons and convicts and people currently locked up be allowed to vote?
Why shouldn't they?
And it's like, why is that even a fucking question? Are they not Americans, or are they not a part of the society and the community? Are they not registered to vote? And if they are, why should they not be allowed to vote? Because they're locked up? Because they committed a crime?
You know, a lot of that comes from the fact that we're still built off of that old Constitution.
But you know what the argument is? The argument is, oh, because they're locked up, they can sway whatever because of their views, and they can change.
That's the whole point.
What are we talking about here?
That's the whole point.
What is the difference of the person being locked up with what they want out of politics and laws and rules and shit like that, that the person who isn't locked up at home being a good Samaritan is? Like, are you saying they don't have the same rights because one committed a crime?
Nah, see, that's the whole point of America, though. The whole point of America is for everybody to have a voice. Like, freedom of speech and all this different shit. Like, that's the whole point of living here, to get your point across and be heard in some type of way, man.
What do you mean? And that was just, you know, just a quick thought. That was some insane shit. You know.
Well, before I think I got one more thing with, like, LeBron and Clutch Sports. Unless you got something on LeBron. You got anything on LeBron? All right, so Rich Paul, you know who Rich Paul is. He started with LeBron, one of LeBron's friends, black guy. He's always, always
Rich
been
Paul Sports and shit.
Yeah, Clutch Sports and all that good shit. So, Rich Paul, rival agents are mad at Rich Paul for organizing a televised pro day. They say that the pro day wasn't sanctioned by the NBA and that it gave Rich Paul's clients more exposure. So basically, these agents are mad at the fact that Rich Paul went ahead and did what he did. I mean, he decided to set up something, and in all, it comes down to, like, it sounds like they're mad at the fact that they didn't do it.
Most of Rich Paul clients are black.
Yeah.
If not all of them, I think. Most of them.
Majority.
Yeah, if not all. They're mostly black. So, I mean, don't they have, like, the whole Rich Paul rule and all this extra shit?
Yeah,
blah, blah,
you
blah.
know.
Like, so it's a matter of, I feel like, capitalizing off that, where they don't want that to happen. You know, Rich Paul and LeBron have already been making all these moves and shit over the last few months and years that they don't appreciate, basically. They don't like it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, yo, big shout out to LeBron James, bro. You are doing the damn thing, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? definitely doing the damn thing. And if I had a child and I wanted him to look up to somebody, you know what I mean, like a celebrity or athlete or some shit, you'd be one of those guys.
Yeah, like LeBron, I don't like
LeBron would be one of those guys.
I don't like you sports wise, you know. You're not my favorite, but Activision wise and Activision.
Well, yeah,
activist wise, you know, and being in the community and doing for the people that look like you, I support you, definitely.
Yeah,
I definitely do, all the way around.
shout out.
Let's see. Anything else in NBA?
Slide into football.
Wait. Before you do, let's talk about these rumors, though. These NBA rumors. I heard that James Harden might be going to the 76ers.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I think they sent Embiid in the first round.
I don't like it. James Harden doesn't leave the Rockets. I'm sorry.
James Harden with Doc Rivers would be crazy.
If Rockets give up James Harden, who are they left with? What big name star are they left with?
Westbrook.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Trade for Embiid. They got Westbrook. Look.
We've seen what Westbrook did without any supporting cast. Basically.
No. I'm not even saying that. Look at what Westbrook did when he had Steven Adams. Triple double king.
Okay.
But
were they still contenders?
Hold on. Yes, they were. They came in eighth. They were in eighth. They didn't have enough around them.
That's what I'm saying. They still missing pieces, so you can't take away pieces from Russ.
Just listen. Please listen. Listen. You trade James Harden, right? And you get Embiid, and then you leave a little cap space, so then you can get another little piece. You get another piece with Westbrook and the players they had, and Embiid. I think that's a good trade. I don't think that's a bad trade, Joe. I'm sorry. I don't because for the Rockets, something don't work there. All the way around. Something don't work in the Rockets.
Something didn't work at Oklahoma.
Something don't work in something. Nah. I don't know about that. I think
Something
that was
didn't
the
work in
coach.
Oklahoma.
That might have been. Was that the coach?
I'm just saying, man.
I don't know.
They're missing something. I say you don't break them up and you give
Didn't
them
they
something
fire
else.
Billy Donovan?
I don't know, man.
I think they fired Billy Donovan.
You know personally, you know more of the basketball shit than I do.
I think they fired Billy
as far as
Donovan.
the
So I mean,
intel.
it was a coach. It was more than that. But I think it's going to be a lot of big shit going on. Like they talking about
it's about that time for like a bunch of trades and shit to happen.
the
and
draft is
movements.
coming on like the 12th or the 14th, I believe, and they talking about.
Stay tuned for more because
They're talking about LaMelo might go to the Hornets.
I don't know nothing about that.
If LaMelo falls to the 4th, that'd be crazy. If he falls to 3rd or 4th, that'd be crazy.
Wherever that kid goes, I think he'll ball out.
True, no bullshit. What you got for football though, bro?
He better than his brother. He'll ball out.
I think so too.
I think he better than Lonzo.
I think so too.
And he's more primed to like, I think he's more primed to show that star power.
I agree.
Yo, football news, my guys.
What you got?
Yo.
What you got?
So should we talk about fantasy first? Nah. We talk about fantasy right there. I don't really got much to say about fantasy. It's a bittersweet type of thing. We can touch on that a little bit after. Let's talk about some trades, man, because this is week 8. It's the trade deadline. For y'all who don't know, it is the football trade deadline. Always has been. A few pieces moved around. 49ers traded Quan Alexander to the Saints for Kiko Alonso and a
That was
5th round pick.
surprising. Wait. For Kiko and a 5th round?
And a 5th round.
Damn, they selling Kiko that. Remember when Kiko was at crack on Miami?
Yeah, yo, Quan ready to go ham in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
He ready to go dumb in New Orleans.
Oh, I wonder.
He ready to go dumb in New Orleans.
I wonder how Kiko's gonna fit.
49ers? I think with that, I
think
feel
it's
like
more of his scheme.
Yeah, because 49ers defense, they have a bunch of players. Like, even going back, like Solomon Thomas, who was drafted years ago to be, big name guy, suffered a bunch of injuries and shit. Like, they got a bunch of defensive guys. I think both teams won on that trade, honestly. Obviously it wasn't working out.
But Quan Alexander, yo,
They're both individually dope linebackers.
Quan Alexander's he's a monster.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they dope individual linebackers, and I guess the current teams they're on it just wasn't working, or contracts.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean?
Shit happens. You
But-
feel me? Quan Alexander's gonna get paid though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. So he's gonna get paid.
you know.
I hope the Saints didn't do this for 1 year because he's bound to get paid.
Seahawks also made moves. The Seahawks traded for Cincinnati's Carlos Dunlap a few days ago, and offensive lineman B.J. Finney, and a 2021 7th-round pick. Yep, they traded away Dunlap. After what? He spent, 12 years? Pretty much his whole career there. He's been there his whole career, pretty much. Carlos Dunlap. So he's going to Seattle. Yeah, with offensive lineman.
He's gonna go in a jib. He's gonna go get a jib.
Because look, Seattle's defense right now is hurting. You know what I mean? They're hurting. Their line is hurting.
He's gonna go get a chip for sure.
That's a good team for him because he's
I
been
like
on
that.
the Bengals just suffering. And
like
he's
that.
a really good lineman. You know, he's a really good defensive lineman over the
like
years.
that. That's
He's been
not
doing
bad.
his thing. So shout out to that trade. More
lineman
trades.
and a-
More
and a
trades,
pick,
bro. Like a few teams been making moves on low radar shit. Titans got Desmond King, cornerback Desmond King from the Chargers
Yeah,
for a
seen
6th rounder.
Yeah.
You know, who Titans secondaries obviously beat the fuck up.
They
as
got
well.
somebody else too. They
You know.
named the Titans. They traded for somebody else. I can't remember exactly who.
Not sure. If you can find it, not sure. Dolphins also traded wide receiver Isaiah Ford to the Patriots. No exact details on the trade. Isaiah Ford, like I said, wide receiver, I believe he's like 6'2", about 200 pounds. He hasn't really played a lot. He was drafted. He sat out, I think, the rookie season because of injuries. I don't even think he has a total like 500 receiving yards in his career because he just hasn't really played. But Patriots acquired him. I don't know. He played in a game against the Patriots sometime a year ago or something like that. And I don't know. You know, Bill Belichick always sees certain players from teams that maybe don't have names that he feels like he can use. Maybe it'll be a good guy for Cam. He's a big target. You know, Cam is used to throwing to big targets, you know, being in Carolina where he only had big receivers pretty much. So another trade.
Trade deadline's over, right?
Trade deadline, yeah, that was this week. They had up till 4 p.m. today, I think, to make their trades.
Damn.
Yeah, 4 p.m. today.
The Packers were trying to get Will Fuller, man.
They didn't get it. That trade didn't go through. It was something about finances or something. They just couldn't make a deal happen, basically. Something else. Injury. Jimmy G, yo.
Injured again.
I feel bad for the guy at this point. I do.
He doesn't have a line.
Because it's like the woes that he's gone through with the Patriots, the whole
doesn't have a
speculation, the
line,
trading,
bro.
the being traded. Wait for it. The going to the Super Bowl, the not having enough, the not really being the 300-yard passer, 3-touchdown kind of guy, getting hurt, coming back, not looking great, getting hurt again, coming back, and he's hurt again. Now he's going to be out for like 4 to 6 weeks. I just feel bad for the guy. Like,
if Bill Belichick never traded him, y'all would be good. That's all I'm
I
saying.
feel bad for the guy.
I feel fucked up at that. I feel fucked up for Bill Belichick at the fact that he had to trade him. He had to.
I mean, before we get to Bill, it's some Bill Belichick shit. Some Patriot shit I won't talk about being a Patriots fan. You know what I'm saying? Some shit. You know? It's some shit, man. But Andy Dalton, you know, he's been quarterbacking for the Cowboys since Dak went out.
Ooh.
He's currently in COVID protocol.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't he just in concussion protocol?
He's in COVID protocol. So they're now on their third string quarterback in Dallas. Broncos owner Elway is in COVID protocol.
He got COVID.
And CEO John Ellis of the Broncos also in COVID protocol.
Oh, y'all just passing that shit around, huh?
So, you know, hopefully everyone gets better. And
Shout out to
Either
my Broncos,
quarantine.
though, man. We got a dub this week. Fuck is they talking about against the Chargers? Game-winning motherfucking drive, man.
a
Drew
good dub.
Lock
That's good. That Drew Lock swaggy. I like that
nigga.
kid. He's
Drew
swaggy.
Lock, nigga. Fuck is they talking about?
So back Bill Belichick. So basically, after the loss, Cam basically coughed it up and just fucking choked at the end there. We could have won.
Nigga
against
said the
Bills.
whole team's available.
All he had to do was cover the ball and just get the first down like he did and kick the field goal. We win the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But he fumbled the ball.
But Cam runs like this.
We lose the game. Yeah, because Cam runs the ball with the ball 2
Dumbass.
inches away from his body and
Dumbass.
just out there.
All out here.
And just got smacked from the right. Guy
No,
basically just hits
tuck
the
it.
ball out. You know what I mean?
Tuck it in, nigga.
So Bill Belichick basically was asked, of the condition of the team and whatever, because obviously we're third in our division for the first time. We are, 2-5 for the first time. 4 straight losses for the first time since 2000. So, obviously the whole league and all the analysts and everyone's like, oh, the Patriots are falling apart, blah, blah, blah. So,
Wait, but
they asked Bill
You said
about...
since 2000? Yeah. Y'all went to the Super Bowl that year, did
I'm saying we weren't the starting record though, like of 2-5
Oh, okay.
and shit like that, and
Oh,
losing.
y'all started 2-5 that year?
this year. I'm saying,
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
and so
the
losing
first year
4
was
straight.
bad.
Yeah, so it's like all these, shit, it's bad basically. It's the worst start since Brady Belt since the Patriots are the Patriots and people know them to be who they are.
Yeah.
This is the worst start ever.
But before Cam got COVID, Cam looked good.
He did.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Cam looked decent. Like,
And
he
that's the
didn't look
crazy
bad.
thing. Like, for just Cam himself, can we say, like, COVID somehow fucked him up? Like, he hasn't been right or he's not fully whatever? But, like I said, they asked Bill Belichick a bunch of shit about the problems, blah, blah, blah. And they asked him, about the salary cap and blah, blah, blah. He was just like, he's like, we paid Cam Newton $1 million. I mean, it's obvious we didn't have any money. It's nobody's fault, he said. He said that's what we did the last 5 years. We sold out and won 3 Super Bowls, played in a 4th, and played in the AFC Championship game. This year we had less to work with. It's not an excuse. It's just a fact. Basically just saying, like, it is what it is. We had no money to pay anybody. We sold out in those years to win those Super Bowls and go as far as we did with the championship, basically knowing that the salary cap would catch up with us.
Right. Hey, bro, you know how much I hate y'all, right? You know how much I hate y'all. But my whole thing is, I got a lot of respect for Bill. I got a lot of respect for Bill, yo.
He's a fucking genius at the end of the day. And
he
no matter
is.
me as a fan, as much as I'm hurt to see my team, have the struggle
is,
that we
yo.
have, I have faith in Bill at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I trust him at the end of the day.
But
I trust Robert Kraft at the end of the day
the
to
reason,
make the right decisions and get the team back on track.
Yeah, but the reason that I say that I had so much respect for Bill is because what Bill did was he basically went out to go win fucking championships, and he accomplished that. And he's one of the
what he had
most
to do to win.
He's one of the most winningest winningest coaches in the league, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, I hate y'all in general, but Bill does what he has to do
He's
to
a
make
genius.
shit work.
He's a genius.
And he's not just a fucking coach. He makes the decisions of who's there and who's not,
Oh, he's the personnel. Like,
who we're picking up and who we're not.
he's literally, Bill Belichick is one of the, maybe if not the only coach in the NFL that can literally tell the owner some shit and the owner will be like, all right.
Besides with Tom Brady, because he was trying to get him the fuck out of there.
And
He was trying to get him gone.
Bill literally just, he has so much, like, Robert Kraft trusts him so much that he gave him so much responsibility with the team from
He was
so long ago that
trying
he
to get him
drafts
gone.
players. He basically is in charge of the coaches that are around him as well. Like, he basically hires everyone on the fucking staff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually that's...
Yeah. Yo, have you ever noticed too? Like, look at his staff his staff members that went on to
been great, pretty much. A lot of the people that has been under Bill Belichick have went on to be great. Bill Belichick
Vrabel.
is responsible for John Harbaugh's job, basically.
John Harbaugh, Vrabel in Tennessee.
You know what I mean? Like,
Fucking what's your
There was another
that play
guy.
that play
Yo,
49ers.
yeah, Wes Welker's a coach now.
I'm not 49ers.
Wes Welker's a coach now for wide receivers. 49ers coach. He's the wide receivers coach for 49ers.
For real?
Yeah. Wes Welker. He's the 49ers wide receiver coach.
Huh.
Shout out to him. I seen him on the sideline on that game.
I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah. Or is it, wait, no. It's a red uniform. I can't remember if it's 49ers or Tampa Bay. But he's a wide receiver coach for. Like,
If it's
one of
Tampa
those
Bay,
teams.
that's crazy. Hold on, I gotta find that. That's crazy.
He's a wide receiver coach for, I believe it's 49ers, yo. Where did I see him?
Shout out to Wes Welker. You know he got
Yeah,
his,
Wes Welker was a.
He got his
Patriot-
touchdowns with Peyton before he got out of the
Patriot
game.
GOAT. Patriot GOAT.
We don't care about him. He's the wide receiver coach for 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers wide receiver.
So shout out to him.
So,
He used to wear a Bronco jersey. You know.
you know what I mean? Basically, I mean, like you said, Bill Belichick, you know,
He breeds a lot of good players and people in general.
and coaches,
So,
yeah, around him. Like whether you
shout
went on
out
to
to
be a
him,
head
yeah.
coach, like Josh McDaniels been with him for so
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He went on
what's
and
your
did the
one on the
coach.
Lions?
Oh yeah,
Matt
Matt Patricia.
Patricia. Yup, Matt Patricia.
You know what I mean? Like being
I was
with
trying to figure out his name.
being
for a
with
minute.
Bill Belichick and all those years, being whether you were a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, whether you were a coach of a position coach or something like that, all those successful years, you know what I mean, just made the league look at you like the work you did with the group of people you were responsible for was just excellent because of all the championships the Patriots produced. So they got their opportunities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of guys don't get that.
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't get that. So,
So-
yeah, like you said, shout out to Bill. He's a fucking genius, man, at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
You got anything else on trades or football?
That was all the trades that was on my radar.
Like I was telling you before we started, the Titans released Vic Beasley. That was a surprise move. They informed him today that he was going to be released from the team. Unfortunately, because Vic Beasley was said to be somebody.
Where did he come from? Atlanta?
I can't remember exactly. Yeah,
I believe
yep,
Atlanta
yep,
drafted him.
Yep.
He spent 3, 4 years there.
And then he went to Tampa. I want to say he went to Tampa,
Did he go
right?
to Tampa?
Went to Tampa, right?
I feel like he just went straight to Tennessee.
For real?
Yeah, I feel like he went straight to Tennessee. But yeah, that definitely is a surprising move, especially since they're already struggling so much. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He was drafted by the Falcons in 2015, and this is his first year on the
Yeah.
Titans.
Damn, he had some decent.
Which means, wait, this is like his second contract then.
He ain't had no good years like that. I thought he was going to actually all right.
I mean, he made the Pro Bowl in 2016. He was a sack leader in 2016. He had good years. He was, you know,
he had 8
he made the
sacks in
2016 was
2019.
probably his best year, his sophomore year.
Yeah, but this year he ain't had to do shit.
Nah.
He only played 5 games. though.
Nah, his sophomore year was definitely his best year, 2016. So, but I mean,
Damn, man.
being that the Titans defense is allowing so much to happen as much as they've been winning, you know, like, it's insane.
Yeah. Real unfortunate, but I mean, you know how it is. It is what it is.
It's a business. Shit, people get moved around. You might not be working out for the team you got, whatever the case may be. But hopefully, wherever he lands, he becomes, because he came out basically top prospect, pretty much one of the top prospects. Supposed to be something. You know what I mean?
Hold up, bro. I just pulled up something that says the Ravens placed 7 defensive players on the COVID list, including that was following Marlon Humphrey's policy.
Yeah, because of
test.
the interactions and shit from him transferred over, I guess.
So Matt Judon, Tyus Bowser, Patrick McQueen, LJ Fort, and Malik Harrison are all on.
COVID protocol.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Terrell Bonds and Deshaun Elliott were also added.
Hey, once again, shout out to the NBA. You guys did the do with the bubble, in what you guys accomplished. Obviously, much easier to do, not having 3,000 plus players to worry about and 20 plus coaches per team to worry
You said the
about.
NBA?
Huh?
You said the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way to do an NFL
Yeah.
bubble.
It's
And if the
so many
NFL
people.
were going to do a bubble, once you seen the NBA do that shit and do it right, y'all should have just followed the fucking protocol and got it right and figured out a fucking plan. Because at this point,
It's bad. It's bad
you're
at this
fucking
point.
me. NFL,
bad.
you're fucking me, okay? I need to win all my fantasy games, okay?
He ain't even say
Marlon
the players.
Humphrey-
He said
No.
you fucking.
Yeah. The fuck? You're fucking me. Look, bro, we put into this motherfucking fantasy shit. You know, we do this shit every year.
Oh, shit. I know.
And
That's
Marlon
fucking
Humphrey he played with COVID. He gave me 3 points. Come on, Marlon Humphrey is one of my big defensive
Man,
players.
From what we've been seeing, players that have gotten COVID and come back, they just haven't looked the same, bro. Like COVID literally has affected their physique, like their physical standing. I feel like,
Bro,
with Cam being the
2020
most
has been bad
prominent
on
example
players.
of that. You know,
2020 has been bad on players.
yeah. I mean,
That's all I'm
like
saying.
we said, it goes back to not having the OTAs, the regular practices, the preseason to get the kinks out and everything. So a lot of players come and now it's the COVID shit you got to worry about and then injuries like a motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you have any other league smoke, I got
hold on.
packs.
Wait. Javonte Davis, bro. Shout out to Javonte
Hey,
Davis,
yo.
man. We ain't gonna forget them.
We ain't gonna forget.
Baltimore
Listen,
native, man. Shout out Stacko,
Listen.
man. Shout out Stacko. That's his peoples, man. Shout out to
Listen,
him.
Javonte Tank Davis. That
Yeah,
kid,
Tank to everybody that don't know who we talking about.
that
Tank.
kid is, he's a beast, bro. That was a good ass fight. It went 6 rounds before he hit that crucial uppercut left square in the fucking jaw and just flushed my man to the ground.
No, look, I
Like-
don't know. You ain't see the whole fight, right?
I ain't watched the whole fight. I got
Nah,
to watch.
bro.
I pretty much the highlights I watched was pretty much the whole fight. Like it wasn't
Bro.
skipping that much, so it was pretty much the whole fight. So I got to see after the initial fight.
But here's the thing,
Insane.
right? The entire fight, from like the first to second round, he was like finding out where he could fit that uppercut in there with that left hand. You know, he
'Cause that's
left
his shit. Yeah, that's his shit.
That's his
That's
shit.
his powerful. He throws a
He-
crazy left.
He was finding out where he could fit the uppercut in, and he kept fitting that bitch in different spots, and then finally, he fit that bitch in at
Bro.
the right fucking spot.
He left himself hoping. Homie threw a
Twice.
punch. He threw the punch. He tried to throw a combo or something, and basically just left himself open. And he weaved a punch and just came up with that shit and just
And when you seen him throw the
like
punch,
the slow mo, bro, of the dude head just
it was nasty.
Just
Even as he was throwing the punch, though, it was like a still image of him throwing the punch and like seeing his face. He was like, "Yeah, this is it."
it's like
You just seen it.
Hadouken!
You seen it in his face. It was like he was like, "Yo, this is it."
Breaker. Ultra.
Nigga was asleep almost. He was out of it.
Yeah, that was shout
I
out to
mean,
Tank, man.
Yeah, shout out to him for winning that belt,
That was
and
a good
shout out to
fight.
him also for bigging up the guy's father, because I think he was going through health issues and different things. So shout out to him as well for that,
Dope.
and also just bigging up the fighter himself for coming out and he was real sportsmanlike for it. So shout out to him
Shout
for the
out.
win.
Look,
Also, Anderson Silva
Look.
got his ass whooped.
look. I want to talk about Anderson the Spider Silva for a minute. UFC for y'all that don't know. MMA, mixed martial arts. Anderson Silva is a legend in MMA. He is accountable for many great fights in the octagon. Also accountable for one of the most craziest upsets in history of UFC.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been on both sides
Anderson
of the
Silva,
fence. He's
been
also
around for a
had
while.
one of the craziest injuries in UFC, and come back from that to still fight. I think he's fought like fucking 40 matches, maybe. I think his record is 30-11 or something like that. You know what I mean? He's a big name in there, and he's 45 years old. You know what I mean? Just had a fight with the upcomer young boy.
Uriah Hall or
Yeah,
something like
Uriah Hall.
Uriah Hall, my
Jamaican guy. You know what I'm saying? That's real weird you see a Jamaican guy in UFC. So shout out to him. That's dope. You know what I mean?
bad. Bruh.
He went to work.
Bruh.
Once I feel like the first round and shit, they were feeling each other out, you know what I'm saying? But once they started exchanging and really got into it, I think Anderson Silva left himself open
He was
a
very
couple
vulnerable.
times. You know what I'm saying? And when he got the cut above his eye,
He was playing
when
too
he
much,
went
bro.
down, when the shit was about to be over and he went down, he left himself so open. Like he charged in there with no guard and just left himself open and just got caught with the right upper. And just he went to the ground and Uriah went to work on him basically, you know, started hammer fisting him and just punching him to the face. And yeah, the ref stopped the fight. And the ref stopped the fight and he was so dazed that he grabbed the referee's leg and was holding on to the referee's leg. Like clenching onto the referee's leg. That's how dazed he was.
Yo, I hope that's not his last fight.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
But
you need to redeem yourself.
that's his last fight, more than likely, yo. He, you know, it is what it is. You go out humble. He was 45 years old, bro.
You know what's crazy? Anderson Silva, like that was one of the niggas I used on. It was him and Chuck Liddell on like that first UFC game.
Yo,
Remember they were like big on that shit when it
Listen,
first came
Chuck
out.
Liddell was a monster, bro. Oh my god.
So, what the fuck? So basically, like, I used to play with them all.
Okay. I'm sorry, yo. The fuck?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hey, it sound like somebody's dying out here.
Hey, yo, shut that shit up, please. Try and record.
Hey, yo, that's the name of the episode. Shut that shit up, please. We try to record.
Thank you.
Hey, yo.
Shit.
Anyway,
Yo.
but Anderson Silva got his ass whooped basically.
Yeah, man.
So that's what it was. It was what it was.
Yeah, shout out to Uriah Hall, you know, upcomer. Hope you go far in the UFC game, bro. Shout out to you.
Whooped his ass in the fourth round. So,
Anderson
right.
Silva still holds, I believe, the most or tied for the most knockouts in his division, the middleweight division, whatever, with like 8. And I think Uriah Hall is now on the list with that one with like 6 or some shit like that. So he's an upcomer. You know what I mean? He's been doing his thing. He has a lot more losses this early in his career than obviously Silva did. But, you know, he's an upcomer that, you know, doing his thing, man. Shout out to him. You definitely, defeating a legend like that is something that you know what I mean, you want on your resume. So
Yeah, for sure. Especially like that too.
yeah, and it's not even, you know what I mean, it's a professional sport. It's to the point where it's like, yeah, he was 45, but it's not like no one's out there saying, yeah, you got him when he was old or nothing like that. We know that. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I mean, you did get him when he was old.
you got him when he was old,
You
obviously.
got him when he was old.
I mean, that's like the other 10 dudes that, you know what I mean, or whatever, the guys that he fought later on in his career that got him a little older, a little less fast than he was. And, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like,
I mean, sure.
Hey, it's a professional sport. If he felt like he couldn't fight and wasn't up to standards, he wouldn't have fought. So
True.
you defeated, you know what I mean? You defeated a legend. That's shout out to you. I ain't taking nothing away from that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Uriah Hall, man. Shout out to you, bro. That was a good ass fight.
Yes, sir.
Good ass
yes, sir. Anything else for League Smoke, my guy?
Nah.
All right, so we about to bring them packs in?
Packs. I got some
Alright.
packs.
Already?
I mean, I got a couple, man. Honestly,
Hey, yo, but before we get to the packs, you want a shot?
nah.
You ain't
I
drinking
don't
one?
want a shot, yo.
Damn,
I had a
yo.
beer. I don't think I want a
Drinking
shot
by
of
myself.
liquor.
That's crazy. I'll be out here drinking by myself. Shout out to the makers,
I don't
man.
got a cup anyway, but anyway.
You don't want a shot?
Even if I did, I don't got a
Come
cup.
on, bro. We can take a break. Take a
I
shot.
don't got a cup, even if I did.
Yo, it's a
All right, we can take a
cup
shot
right.
after.
See, you bullshit. I don't
We
like
can take a
that.
shot
No,
after.
you bullshit.
That's
I don't
cool.
like that. It's a cup right in the freezer, yo.
I mean, you can take a shot after.
All right. Okay. Anyway, what you got for packs, bro? Niggas be bullshitting.
I
Yeah,
got
take a
a
shot
couple-
after.
You know I don't drink, bro. You know what I mean?
Man.
Look,
You full of shit, my nigga.
I might have mentioned before, quite possibly, but Amazon is working on a Lord of the Rings series to be denounced.
We might have mentioned that in season 1, like a
Long time ago. But there's more news around there, the casting, and they're starting to get casting and shit done, stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe it's like COVID just affects everything. So obviously normal production and shit isn't happening how people would normally produce their shows and movies and shit because of COVID. They gotta take extra protocol and safety precautions and stuff like that. So I don't know when they'll start filming or anything like that. Maybe 2022 we can expect it, but it's just something for you fans out there that appreciate that series, that would like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Something more relevant, something coming sooner. No exact date for you Stranger Things fans out there. You know what I mean? The critically acclaimed Netflix series is coming back for season 4. Me personally, I'm a fan. I didn't finish season 3. I do have to watch that season. But season 1 and 2 definitely had me hooked. It was some, definitely that adventure style. I don't really get scared, but for some people, it kind of be scary or spooky or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And really, the writing is pretty great where you got to think about certain shit and shit might go over your head. You know what I'm saying? But Stranger Things is dope. What I do have for you guys, I do have a lot of shows that have been canceled. Not shows that have been on their finales or anything, but literally shows that have just been canceled. Some of them I'm familiar with. I don't know if you guys are. Osmosis, Mortel, Marianne, Messiah, AJ and the Queen, October Faction, V Wars, Turn Up Charlie, Broke, God Friended Me. I've heard of that. God Friended Me was like some shit on like face, like this guy was on like social media and like God added him as a friend and started telling him to do all this shit or something like that. Man with a Plan, The Purge. Obviously The Purge was a series created from all those movies that they made. I guess it didn't do so well. Treadstone, if I'm not mistaken, that was the Jason Bourne film series, TV developed show. If I'm not mistaken, that's what that was.
My cousin used to watch that religiously.
Yeah.
Like all
the
the
movies
time.
were dope. I loved all the Jason Bourne.
But that's what I'm saying. The movies, she used to watch that. My cousin Michelle, matter of fact, she used to watch that religiously, bro.
The movies are the shit. If you've never seen Jason Bourne movies, you know what I mean? The Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, and
bro, she had
the Bourne.
All of them.
Was it
That
Identity,
was her
Supremacy,
shit.
and
I don't know.
the Bourne Ultimatum? That was the third one.
Yeah.
If you had dope action movies starring Matt Damon, pretty dope shit. You know what I mean? So, but Dare Me, The Magicians. The Magicians actually a really dope show I used to watch. That's disappointing to know that that's been canceled. That's definitely disappointing. Ray Donovan.
That was flow shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Flo used to watch that shit. That shit, you know what I mean? That shit was a hard ass show.
Yeah, I remember y'all talking about it. I never really got it. I never sat down and watched it for real, unfortunately.
It's pretty dope. Ray Donovan got canceled. That was a show on
Showtime?
Showtime, I believe it was, with Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber was the
I meant to
main
watch
star
it.
in that. Me and my mother used to watch that shit. Like when it first came out, season 1, 2, and shit like that. That pretty dope show. Pretty dark. You know what I mean?
Bro,
pretty dark.
You know something? While you mentioned your mother, yo. Like a show I used to watch with my mother, Big Brother. When I was out in Vegas, Big Brother is a game show for anybody that doesn't know. Big Brother is like this game show people go on, and it's like they play different games, live in the house together for a while. Like different shit happens. And my mom's been watching that shit for years. She put me onto it a while ago. I stopped watching it, but she still watches that shit. That shit good, actually.
They don't like a lot of seasons. They've been out for a while now.
It's been out forever.
Yeah, it's been out for a while now.
I'm talking about like they almost do like 2 seasons a year almost sometimes. Like
It's one of those shows.
so.
Definitely. So, more cancellations. I know the list is long, guys. It's crazy.
I had
So
to look.
if you
That's why I
are
looked
familiar-
over at first. I was like,
Hey,
that's
if
a
you are
long
familiar with
list, my
these shows,
God.
I am
Damn,
sorry. The
Ma.
ones, if you watch some of these that I've mentioned, I apologize, but they're canceled. So go binge, continue to watch it now, whatever the case may be. Other shows, Deputy, Almost Family, Flack, Sorry for Your Loss, and Bless This Mess. So all those shows that I previously
idea what that
mentioned have been canceled and will no longer be airing or production or have any production. So,
Okay. You got anything else for packs,
yeah,
bro?
man. Those are my packs.
All right.
My packs are in.
All right. So I got a couple packs.
That sounds
so,
like a fucking medicine. My packs are in.
Chappelle Show.
My packs are in.
Come on, do it with me. Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show.
Chappelle.
Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show.
Oh. Let's start the show. Chappelle Show is coming to Netflix, man. It came to Netflix on Sunday, so shout out to that shit, man. I've been watching that shit, man.
What? I'm going to go stupid on that.
You ain't know that, huh?
I'm going to go dum dum
Chappelle Show has come to
Hey.
Netflix, so
What?
you can catch the
Bro,
uncensored, unfiltered
For all you
episodes
young
of Chappelle
folk
Show.
that listen to the show that don't know the Chappelle Show, if you're not even aware of the Chappelle Show is David Chappelle. It's his basically sketch comedy show that he created way back, when he was literally the funniest man in America. Like, just the funniest man, And he was doing his thing. I mean, the show was raunchy. He did whatever he wanted.
He didn't give a fuck.
You know what I mean? He did whatever he wanted, and he was
Bruh,
allowed
he
to do
didn't give
whatever
a
he wanted.
fuck.
And basically, the end of that came because they tried to offer the man some money and ask him to do a bunch of shit, and he was like, "Fuck that, I ain't doing it."
Because
know what I mean?
it wasn't
And-
enough.
And
They offered him like
they
50
basically,
million.
and they try to say he was out doing this in Africa and extra X amount of this and drugs and blah. Just basically trying to make him look like this bad person, bro. It was crazy.
You remember when he did the Lost episodes?
Mm-hmm.
He came up. He basically explained that shit and was like, "Nah, fuck that."
Yeah, he told the niggas.
He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, they offered me 50
yeah,
million."
in the
He
interview.
said,
Yeah, in the interview, he
s-
said the amount and was like, I told him
"No."
no.
In the sketches, he
But
said the
in the
amount.
interview as well. No, in the interview, he had an interview. That's what I seen it from.
Yeah.
And
50 million though. I mean, 50 million back then was a lot, but 50 million like right now, that's what he just got 40 million from Netflix
it's just like they asked him
for
to-
doing 3 shows.
So no,
3 shows, 3 specials from Netflix. That's what you got. Come on now.
listen.
But
Shout out to Dave Chappelle, man.
yes, sir. One of
You-
the top comedians ever, man.
Listen, from the movies, bro.
Half
from
Baked.
Robin Hood Men in Tights,
Half baked.
Half Baked,
man.
like he said. Blue Streak.
Yeah.
Hey yo, the
Oh,
scene.
yeah, he was
hey,
in
yo,
that shit.
Yeah, with Martin Lawrence. Hey yo, my favorite scene is when they come out the truck after being captured or whatever, and he gotta explain who he is, and he like, oh, I'm the guy. He's like, show him the move you do. He's like, to rip him out the heart, rip the heart out the chest move. He's like, I just go like this, like, yeah. It's just in his face, bro. He's like, like it just drops the heart on the floor, like the pretending like he had a heart. Yo, Dave Chappelle, man, shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to him. So you
Definitely,
can catch
I'll be watching that.
you can catch
for
the
sure.
Chappelle Show on Netflix right
That's
now.
so big, yo.
Right now.
Oh my god,
See,
that is so
the-
huge.
1 and 2 plus
is
the Lost episodes,
oh,
which
that
is
is
season
so
3.
huge.
So go check that shit out. I've been
is huge.
definitely watching that shit. I fall asleep to it if I can. I like that
Yes.
shit.
Please,
Shout out
if
to
you
my
don't
cousin
know-
Lisa. Matter of fact, shout out to my cousin Lisa. She put me on to the Chappelle like way back in the day. I used to like ask her, let me borrow your DVDs. You know when DVDs was
Yeah.
popping for real. Used to be like, let me hit them real
Back
quick.
back in the bootleg days, for y'all that don't know.
Oh, she had
But I mean,
My
those
people's
were the
bougie.
bootleg
No,
days,
no,
though.
No, bro. My people's bougie.
But those were
My
what years are we
peoples
talking?
bougie. I'm like 06.
Those are still bootleg days where I'm saying like, yo, niggas used to bootleg. Like you had the bootleg man that
My
used to
cousin,
come around a
I'm
certain
telling
day.
you, but I'm telling you, my cousin was bougie.
Guys, I don't think he's getting what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. My cousin had the
what are you
fold
trying to
out
say?
joint with seasons 1 and 2. It was folded out 3 ways. It was like 3 discs.
What's he trying to say?
All right, fuck you.
I ain't saying nothing about
Anyway,
his cousin not having the shit.
Anyway,
I'm
on
just
PAX,
saying those were the bootleg days.
Anyway,
y'all.
on PAX.
Y'all feel me though?
All right,
what are we
anyway,
talking
on
about
PAX.
here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
look, he
saying
turned
talk
his
to
head.
y'all.
Look, he turned his
I'm
head.
saying
Look.
talk to y'all.
You nigga, you
I'm
fucked
saying
up.
talk to
Nah,
y'all.
fuck the packs are
So
in, man.
no, they're not. So
Excellent.
Rogue Story is coming out on Netflix too. That's a action movie I was checking out. Looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
You too close to the mic, yeah.
No, I'm good. Rogue Story coming out on Netflix. I'm good.
Nigga, that shit is amplified.
You good?
No.
No, it's good. See,
Move your fucking head. You see the
Nah.
difference?
No, we good. See, you can hear everything. I'm super loud. You
I'm
feel me?
fucking
Super
punch him
loud.
right in his neck. Right in his fucking neck. I'm gonna punch him in his neck.
Ain't even that loud, man. Fuck is you talking about?
Right in his neck.
It ain't even that loud, Joe. Fuck is you talking? See, look, it ain't that loud. Anyway, Rogue Story out on Netflix though. You can check that shit out. Something that came out this weekend.
The fuck is that?
It's like this action joint that I was looking at for real. Looked pretty cool. I was looking at the trailer real quick, briefly. But
Rogue Story?
Rogue Story, it's a movie on Netflix. Check it out on the top 10. And also, if you didn't know, Apple TV.
Rogue City?
Don't correct me like that.
Yeah. It's Rogue City, y'all.
Don't correct me like that.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's Rogue City. Apologize. You know, hey, Maker's Mark, this is your guy. You know?
Hey yo, you fucking up our ads.
This is your guy.
you
It's, you know?
you fucking up our ads, yo.
So I don't know any of these cast members from this, but it's a 2020 French film directed, written by Olivier Marchal.
You're making me look bad.
No, you good. It's okay. I just, we want to get the right information out there. It's all good.
You're making me look
Nah, I
bad.
ain't never make you look bad, bro. We just, keeping each other on toes. Fake crying.
You're making me look bad.
Hey, yo, somebody get this man. Yo. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, whatever
But,
that nigga said. What'd you say?
Yeah, it's like an anti-gang police gang with unorthodox methods of investigating and shooting at nightclub alongside longtime rival units and shit, basically.
All right.
So it's like police
Right.
gangs,
Some cool shit.
anti-police gangs. Yeah, it's okay. Interesting. I have to check that out. I always like foreign films too. They always
Yeah,
got
a
something
little
different,
bit.
fresh and shit. Yo,
It's
I be
some-
watching
Whoa.
them fucking like Indian movies and shit, like Bollywood and shit movies. What? Yo,
Bro.
them shits be fire, yo.
Why we on Netflix?
Like,
There's some other shit on
And
Netflix.
even like
bro.
Indonesian films and shit like that. Yo, the action in those films be crazy, son. I ain't gonna hold you. Them shits definitely be crazy.
Definitely. It's some other shit coming on Netflix too. I don't know why Netflix is not trying to reload on my screen. All right, so while I'm on Netflix,
I don't know what the fuck this nigga do. What the fuck?
all right, so it is Rogue City.
Oh, you would. Wait,
It is
You
Rogue
try-
City. I wasn't just looking.
you was trying to fact check my fact check?
No. It is Rogue City. But
Hold
anyway,
up. Did he just fact check my fact check? Yeah. I like that one.
oh my.
Yeah, he did. He fact
Anyway,
checked my shit.
so it is Rogue City. But anyway, it's this other show called His House. It looks like might be like a African movie maybe.
Yo,
like
African
what's where
movies
it's
be the
at.
shit too, bro. My mother was on like
Bro, not even a movie.
Listen,
Actually, it's a
series?
I think it's a
But look,
series.
my mother was on this like, what are you doing?
Bro, my bad. I clicked something. My bad.
My
It's a movie,
mother was
my
on
bad.
like
I
this
want to make sure it's a movie.
African movie kick, bro. She had like, I don't know where she got them from, like 20 African DVDs, and just used to, just pretty much African actors all the way around, pretty much based in that, whatever the case may be. Yo, some of them shits be, man, them foreign movies be the shit. Trust me. And y'all know, if y'all ever seen Shatas, Jamaican movie, long time known movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it.
Now, y'all don't really. Y'all might not know me too well, right? But
He hasn't seen it.
I don't know the African culture too well. If there's anybody that knows the African culture, like teach me, because I don't fucking know, and I need to figure that shit out. Because I
As
be
far as what?
trying to figure them out, like them
what?
in general. Like, you know how you like figure out different people and like from different cultures and see like what they're about.
Like a stereotype?
Not trying to like stereotype, but like not even.
That's what I'm
trying
saying, like a stereotype, pretty much.
Not necessarily, like not even a stereotype.
Where it's like, Jewish people,
but
how they are with their money.
You know how people generalize. You know how people generalize like a certain culture, like they're known for this or
Yeah, like I said, like how Jewish people are known to
not
handle their
but
money.
I'm not trying
way.
to say stereotype because it's not.
I feel like I know
I'm
what you're saying, but
stereotyping.
there's like no, like in this current moment right now, off the top of our heads,
Yo, did you just pass
there's
me
no
this?
current, not like just, but
All right.
you're fine. No current word other than that to kind of basically, because some stereotypes
I don't want to say
happen to be true,
stereotype though,
but
because
I know what you're trying to say.
I don't want to say stereotype, and then people.
I
look at
know
me
what
like
you're
crazy.
trying to say, but at the end of the day, when you're listening to this conversation and you're trying to fill in the words that you're looking for, I'm sure most people are gonna think
I'm saying
stereotype,
like,
but I know what you're
I'm
trying to
saying
say.
like generalize it. Like anybody that's African, like can you explain like not even explain
Like what, their culture, like
Yeah.
what, like how their people
Yeah.
are, type shit, like what, like
yeah, like what are your customs and like different things like I'm not trying to say it in any type of way. I'm just trying I'm trying to learn. Like honestly, I'm trying to like
I
you know what I
understand
mean?
what you're trying to say.
You know what I mean? I'm
I
not
understand
even
what you're
I'm
trying
not
to
I'm trying to like actually learn something, actually like
And
find out about the
for
culture.
me, I feel like I could kind of give you some insight in a way.
You're Jamaican though.
That's
It's not the
fine,
same.
but you understand that Jamaican born,
Hold on, wait.
whatever.
You're not just Jamaican. You're
Jamaican born,
Canadian.
Jamaican.
No, you're Canadian, Jamaican,
Shut the
American.
fuck up and let me talk.
You're Canadian, Jamaican,
So,
American.
Living in Canada, you feel me, where in Toronto there's so many different cultures, and I literally have encountered for long periods of time and spent plenty of time with different cultures, different other islanders, and my best friend was from Bangladesh, you know what I mean? And like just shit like that where it's like I'm hip to certain cultures. Like I've experienced a lot of African people. Like I've encountered a lot of African people in my life and been around the culture. I've actually, one of my other friends, Kevin, you know what I mean, AKA Froggy back in the days, he was African, you know what I mean? So I've been around his family and the language, you know what I mean? Like they spoke French, you know what I mean? But also,
Wait, but you said they
like-
were African?
yeah. But in Africa, there's like
But see,
200
that's-
plus different languages. It just depends on
But-
what region you're from, literally what area.
That's
and
what
just
I
different parts of it.
mean. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
mean.
It's
That's
different. It's different for different. Like a Guyanese gonna tell you. I mean, somebody from Ghana, you know what I mean, gonna tell you something different from like somebody from like Lagos or some shit. You know what I mean?
But that's what I mean. Like I want to learn like even the different like
Lagos is.
tones.
Did I just say Lagos? Lagos is.
Because I mean, even
I'm sorry, I just messed that up. Lagos.
I would figure. All right, I would figure just from being in America, like I know it's different countries, but I would kind of figure that
I got that.
even with the borders and even with people being close to each other from different parts, exactly that they would have like similar notions or similar like understandings in a way. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You
I
get
feel
what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah, because I feel like across,
You get what I'm
speaking from
like-
experience, across the Caribbean islands, you know what I mean, being from Jamaica, like you have Trinidadians, you have Guyanese people, you have Bajans, you know what I mean, you have
So-
all the different cultures, but I feel like there are certain similarities within. We all speak different. We all have our
Okay.
different lingos
Okay.
and shit, but there are similarities. There's similarities with
Okay.
food. You know what I mean? We call it different. Like Flo. Flo's
That's what I was about to ask
yeah,
you.
Flo's from Grenada. You feel me?
That's what I
But
was
we
about to ask
know
you.
similar foods. We just know them as different names. You see what I'm saying? For the most part. So it's like that, where it's like there's. I feel like you're asking.
That's
there is
exactly
a
what I was about to
general.
ask you. Yeah.
There is a
yeah,
general
yeah.
maybe consensus of certain things or a certain part of the culture that transcends throughout
That's-
the entire Africa, throughout the different parts of it.
That's why I
But,
say,
yeah,
even
but the
though-
languages change and shit like
Right, right,
that.
right, of
you know what I
course,
mean?
of course.
But there are certain things that's like it's cultural. It's what Africans do. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things like just Caribbeans do. You know what I mean? Like so.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's why I was saying like I would want to get like the perspective of somebody from that culture to really like understand it more.
I get what you're saying. Because here you
You
can
get
say
what I'm saying?
baseball is like an American thing. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's pastime, basically. I mean, you can
Yeah,
say that.
but
And,
then
like,
when you look at
football
baseball, you get
and shit.
But when you look
know
at
what I mean?
baseball, you get people from places like China or Japan.
No, they
and-
still become
you know what I
international,
mean?
but you gotta look at it
Even
like those sports really
the
aren't
Spanish
aren't
countries.
the height of it. Look at Uriah Hall.
Yeah,
UFC ain't no Jamaican thing.
it's just a thing.
You got a guy in wrestling. I forget another Jamaican guy. He's in wrestling. I forget his name. Kofi Kingston. Supposedly, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like
While we talking about UFC too, you got even Conor McGregor from Ireland. Like you got people
Yeah,
from
so-
everywhere. So
it's certain things that cultures will pick up that isn't like, you know what I mean? Like Caribbeans and most of the people from like India and shit like that, like cricket, you know, and football that they call
Right, right,
soccer
right.
is their football.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like cricket and that's like their prevalent, like that's their sport. But they also will, you know, basketball and
Exactly.
all the other shit. But there's certain things that are just like their main
it's sports
thing
that are like prevalent in
like
certain
track and
areas.
field and
But that's why I say
know,
like I
yeah.
want to know like certain cultures and like find out like what exactly is
Right.
going on
No,
in certain
definitely
places.
yeah, I
you get
understood
I'm
what you
saying?
meant. Definitely understood what you
Because
meant.
in a lot of places people aren't knowledgeable to what's going on in other places. You get what I'm
People
saying?
are ignorant to cultures, and that's why.
Yeah, I didn't want to use ignorant. I was just saying.
No, it is. People are ignorant to other cultures, and that's why you do have the stereotypes because
Right.
it's like, oh, I heard.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Oh, I heard these people are like this and that, or
and
blah,
I don't
blah,
want
blah.
to get into the I heard.
Right. I get 1,000% understood what you meant.
So yeah.
You know, but yeah,
But before we move on from PAX, Apple TV has actually landed all of you know the Charlie Brown specials. You ever seen them?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Charlie Brown, you know,
I wasn't like.
the Christmas tree.
I wasn't like super Charlie
Thanksgiving.
Brown fan, but I watched them. I laughed, I
Exactly.
chuckled and shit. Like
You always
yeah.
watch them on ABC
We know
and
Charlie
NBC.
Brown,
You know,
yeah.
you always watch them on Channel 12,
Apple
Channel
TV.
2 for some people. They're all on Apple TV now. Every last one of them.
Hey, all y'all people that, you know, that was your shit. There you go. Listen, let me tell you something. These streaming services are going to take over cable. They are going to take over cable. And even the shows that are on cable will start then going to streaming services. You know what I mean? Like how Hulu will pick up something that's on TV or some shit like that. Like at some point, you know what I mean? Just like landline phones are becoming obsolete slowly. You know what I mean? Not many people got house phones and shit like that. You know what I mean?
No bullshit.
Unless you're a traditional, you know, like your grandmother got one.
We gotta have a landline.
Well,
Like, gotta have a landline. It's no way we can't have a landline. Like, she would flip.
Exactly. So like most of the old school people will still probably have one in their houses, but like the millennials and the newer, like you're not in your households. You're probably not going to have a landline.
No, I can't lie. I'm gonna have a landline. I am because I'm not going to be home all the time.
But you really going to be checking your messages,
I'm
calling
not going
people back and shit like that.
I'm going to check my messages at some point. I have to check them at some point.
I know my mother got one. I know she probably use it for some other shit, but she really don't use that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's there, but she really don't use. But
see,
shit.
I feel like if you had a landline here, you would kind of treat it a little different, and you might actually use it and utilize the function. I feel like you would.
No.
I feel like you would.
What am I doing with a landline that I can't do with my phone unless it's some shit like
I mean,
your phone get cut off where your landline's probably tied to that or your cable or some shit. So it's like
it varies. It varies because different people are gonna call your landline compared to your cell phone.
I understand that, but if you're never in the house, if you're never in the house, but if you're just not that, you know what I mean? Most people just not gonna have a landline.
For instance, right? say if you did have a landline, right? If your mom called your cell phone, you didn't answer, she would call your landline.
That ain't gonna get me to answer it.
But she would call the landline, and
it's a waste of time.
I don't know how your mom is, but my grandmother leaves messages. So she would leave a message on my cell phone, and then she would probably call the landline and then leave a message on that. Because it's just the mentality of people that they still check. They still check
like
that
I
shit,
said,
man.
that's the old school shit.
They still check that
If
shit.
you don't come from that, or if you're not that already, and I know some older people,
I'm gonna have a landline.
Like,
man.
you know, older people like my mom's age that have evolved and don't really have landlines. Like, there are.
Here's another thing,
They
right?
just are becoming obsolete.
You
like, you used to go in stores and see a bunch of phones.
I get it, right?
You know, you really gotta get landline phones from offline, basically. Like, they're not really
you
in
can get them in
stores.
stores. You can get them in stores.
I mean, yeah,
You
but
can-
I'm
you-
just
no. You can get them in stores.
I'm just saying.
Walmart, Best Buy,
I'm just
all of them
saying.
motherfucking stores
Well,
have that
Walmart's
shit, yo.
Still gonna keep that.
All of them
shit.
stores have that shit,
But
yo.
the point I'm trying to make is there because like not that many
They're
people
not gonna
have
be
them.
obsolete.
Not that many people
All right,
have them.
I get it, right? Here's why I'm gonna have a landline, right? Even me being, I'm younger than you, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm like 2 years younger than you.
Yes.
Right? How old
Yes, you're 2 years younger than me.
are you? How old are you? 29, 20?
You're 2 years younger than me.
You 29 or 30?
It doesn't matter.
No, you're 3 years older than me. That's right. You're 30. I'm 27.
It doesn't matter.
And that's the ages. So
It doesn't matter.
that's the ages. I had to think about it for a second because
I
Flo is
don't
5
recall.
years older
I don't
and you're
recall.
2 years younger
I don't
than Flo.
recall.
That's what it is. All right, I'm 3 years younger than you.
I don't
so,
recall nothing.
Anyway,
Anything.
what it is my thoughts are I'm gonna have a landline because the simple fact of I think of sometimes like maybe if I had family calling and I gotta have two phones going at once and I'm talking to family all at once and different shit like that. And even if
Two phones going at once.
No,
What you on your cell phone and
bro,
you on
listen,
your
listen.
landline in one hand? Like you
my
that
mom
busy?
does it.
You that busy?
My
though?
mom
That's not you though.
does it.
But you gonna
I'm
be
saying,
doing it?
bro.
What,
my
you gonna
mom,
be cell phone in one hand, landline in the other hand?
My mom does it. My grandmother does it.
I'm asking you.
My mom does it. My grandmother does it.
you're
I'm
not
telling you what it is.
You're not
This is how I've seen it for
not-
forever.
but you're
I'm
not
going to have a landline all my life. I'm going to keep that shit alive.
That's fine. So
I want my kids to know I have a fucking landline.
So you gonna be
know
in a
what?
house
Here's
with the landline.
Here's why I want my kids to have a landline,
and the
right?
cell phone.
In a lot of these new like households and a lot of how people grow up and everything, right? They don't have landlines and they just have tablets and they just have phones and cell. Come on, yo. Let's get a landline. Let's let the kids see like, all right, we can just call on a regular phone. Let's learn these numbers and shit like that. Like I want to keep that shit alive in my family and like my household once I begin to have like a family and shit like that. Like I want it to be alive because for me that's something I've always known and always remembered to have a land. I remember being
get it.
young and being on the landline. Yo,
My
like,
guy, I get it, but I'm not gonna have a landline. It's just, I get it. You can have one. That's,
I'ma have one.
You know, you can have one. I'm just for what?
I'm gonna have one.
Just I get it. Learn numbers now, blah blah blah. Because a lot of you people probably don't know people's numbers, Unless you have to.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. Unless you have to dial them.
Exactly. That's the
Unless
thing.
you have to dial them, which personally, the
Most people
numbers
don't.
the numbers. But back in the day, if you didn't memorize certain numbers, which you're not memorizing your whole address book, which then, like I said, address book, you had one of those
Excuse me.
back in the day. You memorized a certain amount of numbers, but then you had an address book with numbers written down with names, maybe addresses and email addresses.
But,
you
okay,
feel
well-
me? Back in those days and shit like that. But now it's like, I know for me, I don't certain numbers if you're not like my sister, my girl, my mom, my brother, or like I feel like I know your number too off by heart. Like, you know what I mean? Numbers
Probably
that
not a new one.
I call probably not. Yeah. Numbers that I call
Right, no.
often or I talk to often that I see often, I do
You know.
memorize. But other than that, it's like, what other numbers do I need to memorize?
All
Like
right.
I know my driver's license
All
number,
right.
you feel me? I know one of my credit card numbers. Like I know certain numbers, but it's like, you know?
Quick question, bro. When you grew up, did you have a landline?
Well, yeah, duh.
All right. Did that not help you learn the different numbers that you need to learn?
In a way, but I still had an address book where I wrote down hella numbers.
You had that, right? But now, looking at shit now, right? Just the way the kids grow up. This is why I want to have a landline, because if you don't have a landline, now it's just you looking at names and you're tapping names. And that's what I find myself doing more and more every day, is just tapping names and not remembering numbers.
But like I said, it's just like back in the day for me now, where it's like I only remember pretty much the important numbers that I need to remember. Other than
I feel
that,
you.
I'm in my address book looking for the number to dial. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's only a select few. You might remember 5 to 10 numbers off the top. If you're really good with numbers, maybe more. You know what I mean? But how many people have that many important numbers, like really important numbers, that if you're in a jam and your phone died, like you're saying, or whatever the case may be, you're in a house, bad situation, the power's, well, maybe not the power's out because then your landline fucked up, but you can't charge your phone or some shit happens.
Exactly.
And you need to, call somebody.
Right.
Like in that situation, like how many numbers are you really gonna call? Up to 5 maybe, which I feel
mean,
like the
yeah,
average
but I
person
don't-
can memorize 5 numbers.
I don't remember too many numbers. But hold on 1 second.
Oh, you can't hold your bladder up?
It's been like two hours.
Hey, babe, if you need to do something. Los can't hold his bladder.
Hold up. Let me hit that real. Oh, God. I'm going to hit it because it's still lit. But fuck.
Still no real, nothing to really call. Everything's still coming in and shit.
I was hitting the shit out of that motherfucking ant.
Oh, I was wondering why that shit was still burning.
I picked it up. I was hitting that bitch like a crackhead.
I was like, y'all put that shit out. There's no way that shit should still be burning.
Hey, yo. I was fucking smacking that bitch. All right. Anyway, you got any fire talk?
Fa. Man, a few album drops, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a question for you, you know?
What you got album wise?
Albums, pardon me. Ariana Grande dropped an album. I like her music, man. She's cool, you know. I think I like to listen to her, you know, from time to time. I don't listen to that. I hope the camera got that face.
It did.
That
I looked at the
face this
camera
guy
like,
just made. Yeah. Anyway, she dropped the album called Positions. I haven't checked it out yet or anything like that, but all y'all Ariana Grande fans or who like that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Queen Naija. I can't really describe her. I've heard her, I've heard her music. She's soulful, I want to say. She dropped an album called Misunderstood, MISS, Misunderstood. NLE Choppa, Double XL freshman, he dropped From Dark to Light. WizKid dropped Made in Lagos. King Von dropped Welcome to O Block. And yo, shout out to Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes dropped ELE2, which is Extinction Level Event. For y'all who don't know, Extinction Level Event dropped, I want to say early 2000s, late 90s. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that was like 2000. 98? 98.
What, the first one?
Yeah. So it's been 20
been a
plus.
little
So
minute.
basically,
Been a little minute.
if y'all can tell by the title, Extinction Level Event, that, the theme or basis of it is like the world is coming to an end, new world order type of, whatever kind of thing. Like, this is what it is. And being where we are now in 2020, I guess, he felt like it was time to release something else like that. Because I guess, 98, the peak of 2000, with everything, being what it was and shit, what we were talking about. So shout out to Busta Rhymes. Common, for all you fans that like little chill vibe, Common dropped A Beautiful Revolution Part 1, which I believe the theme is, it's like a 2020 theme. It's a positive, what's going on right now type of deal. And just probably, some very positive vibes coming from Common as he usually has. So I do fuck with Common on the artist level, and I fuck with him on the actor level. You know what I mean? I think he's a dope individual. So shout out to Common.
For any of our Omarion fans, he dropped something called The Connection. That's KINECTION.
Connection.
Connection, yeah.
Like kinetic.
Yep.
Okay.
Like
Connection.
kinetic.
Got you.
He dropped that. That's a project that features 12 different tracks.
I got a question. Do you know Deontay Hitchcock? Do you know who that is?
Not off top. Not off top.
So he dropped an album called Better, like a deluxe version of it too. I'm not sure if he dropped the regular version of it at the same time or a little earlier in the year, but he dropped the deluxe version. I heard the intro, and it's kind of dope. You know what I mean? I didn't really look at the full track list, but I seen he got a song with J.I.D. So I'm definitely gonna check him out. Deontay Hitchcock.
Okay.
He got a cool little vibe off the intro that I heard. So I'm gonna definitely see what he about. Some new music. I'm always looking for new music, new artists, a new vibe or something like that. So definitely.
And for our younger listeners, Maiden Tayo dropped something.
Never Forgotten.
Yep, Never Forgotten.
Yeah, actually, when did he release that? Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
He released that Sunday, and actually, I'm on Twitch a lot. I watch a lot of Twitch streams, you know what I mean, from gamers and stuff like that. And he actually did a listening party release on Twitch off of the dude Swag, off of his stream, where Swag was playing in Call of Duty Warzone with, I believe, Mutex and the guy FaZe Blaze. And he basically, he did like a live listening party over the stream with, I want to say, almost 100,000 plus viewers between the three guys streaming, and
Could have kept talking.
between his stream and the three gamers streaming, I believe he amassed over 100,000 viewers. Well, then slash listeners. So, shout out to Maiden Tayo. He's also, I guess, trying to stream on Twitch and do his own thing there. So yeah, it was cool. So I guess I got to hear a few of the songs since I was currently watching one of the streams at the time. And not my vibe per se, but some of the songs had some bounce and a little, flavor to it. So it's cool. Shout out to him.
Already. What else I got?
Shout out to him, man. A lot of upcoming guys, young guys, trying to do their thing. And I don't ever knock anyone's music per se unless I think you're absolute trash, which I then will just, it's just my opinion. It's just what I think. My opinion really
There's some
doesn't mean
trash out
anything. You know what I mean? But what I think is trash is someone else's treasure. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So,
while we talking about drops, I heard that J. Cole might be dropping tonight.
man, don't tempt me with a good time.
I heard he might be dropping an
Hey.
album tonight.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Please don't.
So if J. Cole drops his album, I can only imagine. Yeah. All right, you're doing a lot.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, yo. I've spoken about him before on many of the episodes. Look, I think J. Cole currently, right now, 2020, 2019, has been the best fucking artist. Like, he's been the best rapper.
He's been the best rapper since he's been out.
He has
Since
been
Lights, Please.
He has been producing the best verses since 2019, and you can debate me on that shit.
No.
I'm just saying, like, because like Drake had a run. There's been a period that he didn't really release music. The album,
J. Cole has a different type of following, yo.
I know, but I'm just saying
it's just
the album.
like since Lights, Please on.
If you listening to me, since Friday Night Lights, like that could
Since
have been his
before
album.
then.
But even still, I'm just saying, like J. Cole has been. I've never heard a J. Cole verse where he's disappointed me. I've never heard a J. Cole verse where he's disappointed me. And a lot of the
J.
times I hear
Cole
verses,
drops tonight,
my face
I'm
is
going nuts.
my face just gets.
I'm
just
going
like,
nuts tonight.
What did he just say? Rewind that. What did you say on fucking Green Ranger? What is he talking about? What? You know what I mean? So I've always thought he's a dope lyricist, and like I said, don't tempt me with a good time, because if he drops tonight, I'm gonna be up waiting.
That'd be
I'm
crazy.
I'm a late bird anyway. I ain't
That'd
going to
be
sleep till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. probably.
crazy.
But if J. Cole drops tonight, I'm listening to that shit.
That'd be crazy.
I'm having a listening party by myself in this bitch. You feel me? So you got me kind of excited, bro. I don't want to really get too excited and then wake up, fuck around, fall asleep, and don't get it. Wake up in the morning, don't get it. And then I'm going to call you in the morning, bro.
That's what my source told me.
I'm going to call you in the morning, disappointed as
Nigga,
shit.
at 12 o'clock, I'm
and
going to be on
cuss
it
you
too. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to be on it too. So, I mean.
So, please don't tell me what a good
I'm
time.
almost
Shout out to
tempted to
J.
look
Cole. You the
now.
dopest, man. Shit.
I'm
Fuck
almost
that.
tempted to look right now.
But I don't know if I got the question for you if you.
One
you
more
ready for my
thing.
question.
So Saturday Night Live kind of like poked fun at Lil Wayne and Ice Cube for like Lil Wayne's comments about him basically supporting Donald Trump and shit, and with Ice Cube kind of like just trying to see what's going on in different places. Just Ice Cube trying to figure out what's up, basically.
Like, nigga, what you talking about?
Right, on some shit like that. But Lil Wayne, like, they were basically saying that him with the platinum plan, he seen the platinum plan, he was with it. And Ice Cube, like, oh, well, shit over here it might be all right. Now, let me see what it's. Come on now. You know that Saturday Night Live does. That's just what it is. But,
What'd you say
question got,
Kanye
bro?
said about Saturday Night Live? Anyway, I got a question for you. So, I don't know if y'all know Drake. He's on a album, campaign, I guess you could say, right now, for Certified Lover Boy. I'm not in love with that title at all. Like
Garbage.
that the title alone has been leading me
I don't like it.
down a lane and a
Try
path
again, nigga.
in my thoughts to think that this is ready to be like another R&B album or some shit.
And he's ready to cry on every track. And I'm going to be mad.
You feel me?
I'm going to be mad.
But I do not want to speculate. I really would like some bangers, some jumpers, some energy type shit, some Six God
sounds
type
like-
shit. But with the title of Certified Lover Boy, I don't know if we're getting any energy or Six God vibes or
I'm not impressed.
Baka Not Nice or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not impressed.
But he had released merchandise for Certified Lover Boy, you know, a few days ago. The question I have is, has Drake declined musically?
Don't ask me that.
What do you has Drake declined musically?
He has. What you mean? Has
Because no, I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm just asking, in your opinion, like has he
Views
declined
was
musically?
the views after views. I feel like that was the decline. I don't really look
I
for
could
Drake.
agree.
I don't look for Drake.
Where what was the one after Views though? He had the shit with them couple tracks. That shit was cool.
And then Scorpion.
No Smoke, No Smoke. Was that the shit
That
with
was
No Smoke
Scorpion.
on it?
That was Scorpion. Trash.
Nah, he had like some shit with
That
like
was
a bunch of
Scorpion,
nah.
and it was trash.
I'm not talking about Scorpion. I'm not talking about the
really?
half R&B, half rap, whatever the fuck he tried to do there. He had something I think before that. But anyway, I'm not disagreeing. I asked it because in my thought, I feel that. You know what I mean? I feel like
Come on now.
there has been a decline.
I don't think that Drake is number one.
You know what I mean?
I don't think he's number one.
More Life.
I never thought.
More Life was what I was thinking of. That came out after Views.
Yeah.
That was his last cool project.
No, I didn't like that either.
That was his last cool project.
That's when I really
As a-
didn't like Drake
Personally,
after that.
as far as albums go, you know what I mean? I didn't really like his very first album.
His very first.
Yeah, his very first
I
album.
fuck with it.
I wasn't a fan,
It was cool.
personally.
Take care was a gem. Though.
Take Care is a classic
That was a gem.
and will forever be a classic. You know what I mean? But Drake, if we talking Take Care, if we even talking fucking Head in the Clouds, you know, if nothing was the same, like we ain't getting that Drake.
Nope.
If you're reading this
I
as
don't
too
feel
late,
like-
we're not getting that Drake.
I don't feel like Drake is rapping anymore.
You know what I mean? I feel like he's just here
He's
for a
not
good time
rapping.
now.
Yeah, he's not rapping anymore.
He's just here for a good time now. You know what I mean?
He's Drake is
And I
riding the wave.
fuck with Drake. You know what I mean? I fuck with the
why,
man.
Why are we here? This is why I always said that Drake is a fucking culture vulture. This is exactly why I always said this, because Drake just rides the fucking waves. Have your own wave, my guy. Like, why you always gotta do something that everybody else is doing? And that's why your music is gonna sound like shit. I'm not gonna like it at all.
Word.
That's what he does. Am I wrong?
Word.
Am I wrong? Huh? Am I wrong?
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I can't tell you you're wrong. That's how you feel.
This nigga don't agree. He don't want to talk about it.
That's how you feel.
He don't want to talk about it though.
Nah, I don't. For y'all out there, haven't known we've had not this conversation, but the whole Drake culture vulture conversation off cam, off mic already, and it doesn't get anywhere. Yeah, we just get nowhere. So
Culture vulture.
he has
Drake
that
is,
opinion. Y'all heard it, and I basically
Drake is.
just as far as him riding the wave of his celebrity and his stardom, I agree with you there.
Drake
You know what I
rides
mean?
different waves. When a new sound comes out, Drake
Whatever-
goes and tries to do it.
That is,
I
the
hate
juicy-
that shit.
I don't agree with that part, but you know, like I said, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but that's your opinion.
This nigga
I humbly disagree. You know,
This nigga here.
I humbly disagree. You see how studious I am right now?
Get this nigga a banana, man.
You see how studious I am right now? Humbly
Get this nigga a
disagree.
banana, man.
You know, just humbly disagree. Just disagree. Just disagree.
Something
That's
else,
all.
my nigga.
You know? But I just, yeah, you know, but definitely I feel like I wish I could get, I need that feel back that Drake used to give, like that,
It's not coming back.
that, what did he say? That rewind that? You know what I mean? Like Drake really used to have those vibes where you have to rewind something. Like his quotables used to be crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like he hasn't had quotables in a long time.
You remember that?
You know?
You remember?
Yeah.
Right.
Remember?
Keep remembering.
Motherfucker. Worse behavior. Man, hey, look, that's definitely one of my favorites right there. The shit.
That's why I said, yo,
Big
Drake
Sean
was.
Yo, what? Yo, man.
Speaking of 2 Chainz, you remember that 2 Chainz Big Sean song that he had? When
Come on,
I
Drake.
woke up this morning, all I could think about was you.
Oh, yeah.
And when I went to sleep last night, all I could think about was you.
Yo, I feel like Chainz.
Adam
feel like
and Eve gonna eat
Chainz-
that fruit.
I feel like, yo, Chainz had a
Believe
period of
gonna eat
time
that
too
fruit.
where it was like, yo, Chainz was actually spitting. I'm like, yo, this nigga say some crazy shit, bro.
Cause I'm the nigga that told them niggas about you.
Yo,
That was his ball.
Yo,
Fuck is you talking about,
but-
man?
yeah, I just feel like,
2011 shit.
you know, I always like to listen to new music, but I feel like it's only a few people that still don't disappoint me when they drop some shit. You know what I mean? And for me, it's usually steered to the more lyrical people. You know what I mean? It's usually like the J. Cole's, like the Royce the 5'9's, like, you know what I mean? Like those kind of guys.
But you know what's crazy over here?
Jay-Z, like those are the guys that don't really disappoint me, and I look forward to this shit.
I'm over here playing musical fucking pack of Leaf. Like I got like 4 packs of Leaf, and I don't know which one is the one to roll up out of.
Well, I mean,
They all probably trash.
you got any fire talk?
No, that's it. I think
Fire
that's it.
talk. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think that's it. Damn,
Folks.
I don't like how you did that.
what happened?
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
No, that's cool.
just gonna take it out.
No, that's cool.
Take it out. Hey, take us out of here.
No, you got you ain't got
Take
no,
us out of here.
you ain't got no hot time
No,
back.
you know that's just we're gonna have to replace that. You know, we're just gonna have
Soon,
to.
hot times are gonna come with something.
We're just gonna have to, do something. We're gonna do something with that. There, we're gonna do something with High Times a little different,
But anyway,
a little diffy. I mean, bro.
shout out.
Honestly, I'm just glad. Like I said, we get to do this episode. This week felt longer than normal, so I'm just happy we get to record and get these good vibes, good energy, get the people something, and it's been fun. I had a good time, man. Shit, a good episode, bro. Insane. You feel me? But unless you got anything else to add.
Nah, just shout out to the, Yagada.
Yeah, shout
And,
out to the sponsors.
Creative. It's not gonna be Creative Sisters no more. I'm coming with a new name. We coming real soon. Don't worry.
They know.
Anyway, and shout out to the show coming soon, December 13th. Book that shit. Just
We
take off in the evening.
We working.
It's coming.
We're definitely trying to do something different, something special, something memorable, and it'll be actually also a good marketing tool for us to use. It's good video for us, good footage, and it'll be good audio as well because we'll be switching up the show a little bit for that.
Not even just that. I just want to bring everybody out and have a good time. So
Yeah, like I said, it's
That's what I'm
gonna be a
hoping for.
good vibe. It's gonna be a good time, good vibe. Like you said, we're gonna have people out there doing different things that you can make purchases and shit like that. So
for sure.
just like you said, December 13th is a date we're working with as far as time and venue, to be announced.
So just stay tuned for that, but definitely take off for it. Get ready for it. We're gonna get ready to sell tickets for it.
Sir.
And like the next week or two,
Hey, look, I'm
flyers
ready.
and some more shit.
I'm ready to get some. Hey, my You Gotta Fit for that episode. I'm probably gonna have a You Gotta Fit special made for that episode.
And if you see us in it, best believe he's gonna be there, selling some of that shit. So if you want some of it, be there and get some.
Listen, my You Gotta Fit gonna be nice, bro. It's gonna be real nice. Yeah.
Woo.
Bless you, my guy. Bless you.
That hurt.
But like you
Bro.
said, man, shout out You Gotta. Shout out Reasons 2 Society podcast.
Yes, sir.
Their merch is going right now. They got merch. They've been on a roll, man. Shout out to them over there. Shout out to In the Mix podcast. You can find your boy at _JAH.rebel on Instagram.
Yeah, because this nigga changed his shit.
Hey, the first half is still the same, so I'm not hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Holla at the Puff Puff Cast podcast page on Instagram. The Gmail. So, keep it locked with us. We'll be back next week for another episode. I know this one was kind of ran a little long, but
It was worth it.
it was a good pod, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of fun. Definitely had a lot of fun doing this one. And we'll see you guys next week.
Right. Cancerous, toxic host. Maybe I won't be so cancerous and toxic real soon.
It's your boy Jay Rebel. Blessings, kings and queens.
Locoloso _ rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
You already know what it is.
You know what it is.
We out.